Chapter 1388, You're welcome to join us. Besides, before killing Qi Yunfei, that demon cultivator had killed a member from Tianlong Divine Castle first. If he had done this the other way around, by killing Qi Yunfei first, he would have qualified for the next round instantly. Give me my victories, said Mu Feng to the referee. The referee nodded. Even though he was furious and wanted to kill Mu Feng, he had to remain neutral. But Mu Feng already had more than 100 victories, so he couldn't continue killing people. They would definitely try to kill him during the second round. Thank you, said Mu Feng. He left after killing Qi Yunfei. He hadn't managed to break through to the third Zun Qi layer, but he was still at the top of the second Zun Qi layer. Leveling up was a mysterious thing. Sometimes, cultivators had to practice cultivation, sometimes they had to win fights, sometimes, they had to experience potentially fatal situations. Breaking through to the next cultivation layer was something incredible and enigmatic, without rules. It seems like I'll have to wait until the second round, thought Lin Feng. He sat down cross-legged and closed his eyes. He was going to wait for the second round to begin. He wasn't impatient to know what the prize of the meeting of the emperors would be, he was still happy that he had qualified for the second round. He would know what the prize of the meeting of the emperors was, sooner or later. No matter what mysteries there were behind the meeting of the emperors, Mu Feng's only goal was to become stronger and to work his way up to killing emperors. Emperor Qi and Emperor Tianlong had to die, and he wanted to kill them himself. Finally, on the 9th day, the last battle finally finished. At the top of Qi Tian Peak, Emperor Qi stood up and said, "The first round of the meeting of the emperors is over. Everybody gather around the valley." The crowd nodded and silhouettes flickered. People rose up in the air and went back to the top of their mountains. People were shocked to see all the bodies from above. So many people had died, and they were all strong cultivators. A single general's reputation is made from 10,000 bodies, thought Lin Feng shivering. All those who have qualified, stand in the air above the valley so that I can see how many people there are, said Emperor Qi. Silhouettes flickered and those who were qualified appeared in the air. Mu Feng was among them. Amongst the crowd must be 40-50 people, which belonged to influential imperial groups. Including those who weren't hiding, and of those who were at the top of the Zun Qi layer, there must have been more than 1,600 people, thought the crowd. There are too many people. Divide into groups according to the group you belong to. Those who don't belong to any influential imperial group, don't move, said Emperor Qi. All those who were qualified and belonged to a body of influence jumped onto their initial battle stages. Those who had the most qualified people were Tian Tai, who had also finished before everyone else. The Qi clan in Tianlong Divine Castle had the least people, with only about 30 people. Alright, now, those who don't belong to any influential imperial group, join an influential imperial group for the time being, said Emperor Qi. Many silhouettes flickered. As people landed on stages, the crowd was guessing that many of them secretly belonged to that group. Surprisingly, initially, Tian Tai had the most qualified people, but now they had even fewer people than the Qi clan in Tianlong Divine Castle. Humph. Mu Feng groaned coldly and glanced at the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle. They had cheated more than anyone else. Luckily, he had killed many of their people. Some people really didn't belong to any groups of influence and they were still standing in the sky. Some of them were incredible geniuses though. Brother Mu Feng, the Devamara Palace welcomes you, said Xiao Yu to Mu Feng. The Devamara Palace had a demon emperor. They knew that such an incredible genius could quickly become an emperor. If he joined the Devamara Palace for the meeting, maybe he would stay with them after. Prince Mu Feng, wouldn't you be happy to be surrounded by beautiful girls? The Heavens of Desire's Palace would love to welcome you, said the beautiful girl from the Heavens of Desire's Palace. She was still trying to seduce Mu Feng. The incredibly beautiful Empress of the Heavens of Desire's Palace smiled at Mu Feng in a meaningful way. He glanced at Iren Lei. Did the Empress know about him? Humph. Xiao Yuxian groaned coldly. She had also qualified and was standing on Tiantai's battle stage. She had broken through to the third Zun Qi layer and was already quite strong. Mu Feng didn't know what to do. He glanced at Xiao Yuxian and smiled wryly. She was jealous. The others saw that Xiao Yuxian looked angry, but that made sense because he had tried to flirt with her too. What a perverted demon. The crowd was angry too. Mu Feng was a pervert, but he was strong. He considered everybody and everything beneath his notice, but girls still adored him. I like cold girls, said Mu Feng. Then, he smiled at Xiao Yu and the beautiful girls from the Heavens of Desire's palace and said, Brother Xiao, girls, thank you for your invitation. Then, he jumped onto Tiantai's battle stage. He's a pervert, but this time it won't be easy for him. Xiao Yuxian was in love with Lin Feng and now she's become a merciless killer. He surely can't replace Lin Feng, thought the crowd. Being able to see you again is my honor, said Mu Feng, smiling at Xiao Yuxian. Xiao Yuxian bit her lips, holding herself back from hurting Mu Feng because he was acting even more insolent. Really happy to see you again, girls, said Mu Feng, smiling at Meng Qing and Xiao Yuxian together. Meng Qing rolled her eyes, but remained silent. They also played along with Lin Feng's game, making everybody believe he was a perverted demon cultivator. Mu Chen smiled in a meaningful way and Emperor Yu nodded at Mu Feng. Everybody was speechless after Emperor Yu nodded at Mu Feng. Then, the different influential imperial groups recruited the remaining people. Apart from Mu Feng, there were many other geniuses. Chapter 1389, Destroy Tiantai First. At the top of the Qi Tian Peak, Emperor Qi glanced at the crowd and said, Now, I'm going to tell you the rules of the second round. There are 22 battle stages and this time, we won't separate cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer from the others. This time, each of the 22 groups will choose one cultivator, then those 22 cultivators will fight each other. People who are kicked out of the battle stage or who die will be eliminated. The fight will continue until 11 cultivators are left, then, the battle must stop. Emperor Qi wasn't done talking though. Also, cultivators won't know who they will fight. Once the referee announces the beginning of a battle, each group must send a cultivator immediately, without wasting a second or hesitating. Otherwise, they'll have to choose one person to eliminate, continued Emperor Qi. Luck played a big role in that round. All the groups could only send one person at a time. Therefore, strength was the most important thing, strength and luck. Of course, some groups will have no more cultivators to send after a while. When that happens, they'll just watch. Those who still have cultivators will send them and as before, battles will continue until half of them have been eliminated. And as before, it's forbidden to use holy weapons. What do the emperors think of these rules? Asked Emperor Qi. I agree, said the emperor from the Si Kong clan immediately. Everybody knew that they were allied, so the crowd was wondering, during each round, if their cultivators would join hands. I agree as well, said Emperor Tianlong. The Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle were also allies. The Wen clan was worried, along with Tiantai concerning the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle. I agree. So do I, the beast emperors from the brutal part of Ba Huang also agreed. I agree, said Emperor Peng. The other beasts had agreed because they wanted to fight against the cultivators from Bestial Imperial Palace. I agree as well, said the beautiful Empress from the Heavens of Desire's palace. In group battles, they usually held the advantage. They could seduce many men at the same time, and besides, they had never offended anyone there. I agree as well, said the Empress from the fairyland of the 9 songs. Very quickly, all the emperors agreed. Alright, since it's that way. Everybody go back to your mountains and get ready to send people. Meanwhile, Emperor Nyoemo, please prepare the battle stages again, said Emperor Qi. Then, Emperor Neo prepared the central battle stage while everybody went back to their respective groups. This time, he made a battle stage which was hundreds of meters wide. With that, it would be easier for 22 people to fight on it simultaneously. Mu Feng followed the others back to a mountain. He stayed next to Meng Qing and Qiu Yuxian the entire time. Many people who had participated or were qualified looked at him furiously. Many of them were strangers to Mu Feng. Actually, he didn't know that many people in Tiantai and many of them must have been recruited later. Teacher, won't the cultivators from Tianlong Divine Castle and the Qi clan join hands to fight against us? Last time they did and had almost completely annihilated us. Even worse, now we have a bastard who offended them, giving them a reason to join hands again and attack us, said a purple-eyed young man to Emperor Yu. It seems like I'm not welcome here, said Mu Feng, looking at the purple-eyed young man with his pitch-black eyes. That young man was talented, but he had only broken through to the first Zun Qi layer. Tiantai didn't invite you here, you're just a perverted piece of trash, said the purple-eyed young man. Then, surprisingly, he walked to Qiu Yuxian and Meng Qing and said, if you think you can sleep with Meng Qing and Yuxian, you're insane. Mu Feng looked at him in a cold way. He wouldn't have thought that there'd be people who didn't like him inside Tiantai. In the past, he was Mu Feng, one of the emperor's direct disciples. Meng Qing was his wife, and Yuxian was his girlfriend. Of course, nobody dared cast greedy eyes on them then, but now that he was supposed to be dead, that purple-eyed young man was showing interest in them. If I'm a piece of trash, what are you? I can kill you by simply glancing at you or asking you to die, said Mu Feng. With that, the purple-eyed young man had a dejected face. You're only an insect, yet you dare cast such greedy eyes on these celestial beings. You're the weak piece of trash, said Mu Feng. Yuxian, said that purple-eyed young man. Fuck off, shouted Qiu Yuxian coldly. The purple-eyed young man was furious and looked even more upset. I'm not your friend, so be respectful, shouted Qiu Yuxian. I'm so sorry, said the purple-eyed young man. He looked like a buffoon now. Mu Feng smiled coldly. At the beginning, he didn't think anything about that purple-eyed young man, but now he hated him. The second round is going to start. You can decide for yourselves what the order of the battles will be. Just tell Mu Chen when you want to fight. If someone says they want to fight, but are too late, then be ready to give up, said Emperor Yu indifferently. He didn't care about the tensions between Mu Feng and the purple-eyed young man. Understood, teacher. Alright, teacher. Everybody nodded and told Mu Chen when they wanted to fight. I think many groups will send some of their stronger cultivators during the first battle. We can choose to give up or fight, but I think that none of you wants to give up. So, we will fight, right? Who wants to fight first? Asked Mu Chen. I'll go, said Wuxia indifferently. We'll see how strong those people are. Unless they are incredible, I won't give up. Alright, I'm not worried about you, replied Mu Chen nodding. Wuxia would participate to the first battle, which seemed like a good idea because those who could compete with Wuxia were rare. We'll see what the first battle is like before we decide on participants for the other battles, said Mu Chen in a grave and solemn way. Everybody nodded back excitedly. Are you all ready? Asked Emperor Qi. The referee then said, when I say start, you have a second to come out and land on the stage. Otherwise, you'll be eliminated. Now, get ready, we'll start in 10 seconds, said the referee. 10 seconds then passed and he said, start. It was impossible to see who'd come out in that second, so nobody could anticipate. If you fall off the stage or die, you'll be eliminated. When I say stop, everybody must stop, otherwise you'll be eliminated, said the referee. Alright, let the second round begin. Start, said the referee. He rose up in the air and looked down at the battle stage. Die, shouted someone furiously. It was a member of the Qi clan who had a strength at the top of the 6th Zun Qi layer. Tianlong Divine Castle had sent a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer too. They both attacked Wuxia at the same time. Bastards, the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle are joining hands to fight Tiantai right away, thought Tiantai's people. Chapter 1390, Cruel battle dragons roared as terrifying energies surrounded Wuxia. At the same time, Wuxia released sword energies and sealed the space around them. Then he released desolate energies which enveloped their bodies. Wuxia's desolate abstruse energy is already level 7. The cultivator from the Qi clan is at the 6th Zun Qi layer and has level 7 abstruse energy. The cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle seems oppressed though. That's a difficult battle, but Wuxia maybe has some trump cards, thought Lin Feng. He imagined what he would do in such a situation. What if Tianlong Divine Castle, the Qi clan, the Church of Desire and the Si Kong clan joined hands to fight against him? For him, the rules of the second round weren't very beneficial. What if he had to face cultivators of the 8th and 9th Zun Qi layers? It would be a nightmare, but luckily there weren't so many cultivators of the 9th Zun Qi layer. Roar, dragons roared and red lights surrounded Wuxia. The cultivator from the Qi clan was using empty space abstruse energy to wrap Wuxia up. He kept shaking his hands while performing hand seals. Brother Wuxia, thought some people from Tiantai. Slash, dazzling lights fell down as a sword with millions of changing forms appeared. Metallic ringing sounded as the sword moved towards the strong cultivator from the Qi clan. Decay, shouted Wuxia furiously. Decay energy surrounded that cultivator and he began to move slower. He wanted to use his empty space agility technique to run away, but Wuxia caught up with him and yelled, "Slow!" Both the strong cultivators from Tianlong Divine Castle and the Qi clan moved slower. Speed abstruse energies. Mu Feng was amazed by how excellent a fighter Wuxia was. At that moment, other people were fighting on the battle stage, but nobody else was joining hands because they were scared that someone could attack them by surprise. Brother, Wuxia won't last very long, said someone to Mu Chen. Then, 2 weaker cultivators were killed on the battle stage. Things can change in a second. We can't predict the future, said Mu Chen indifferently. He couldn't say anything to stop Wuxia. Besides, if it was just those two, Wuxia wouldn't have too hard a time. Bzzz, at that moment, the strong cultivator from the Si Kong clan used his celestial vision on Wuxia, slowing him down as well. Huh, you're doomed, shouted the strong cultivator from the Qi clan furiously. However, at that moment another metallic ringing sounded, and then blood splashed. You, said that cultivator, fixedly staring at one Ao Shua as hell fell over and died. Bzzz. When Ao Shua's silhouette flickered as he threw himself at the cultivator from the Si Kong clan. Even though that sword wasn't a holy weapon, it was powerful. Humph. When Ao Shua threw himself at the cultivator from the Si Kong clan while Wuxia threw himself at the cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle. When Ao Shua has become so strong. No wonder he's close to Wen Tiangu and that they went to the shrine together. He can probably defeat cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer, thought Lin Feng. Wuxia will definitely qualify for the next round, thought Lin Feng. As expected, the battle ended and Wuxia was qualified, but the strong cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle was also qualified. Wuxia hadn't managed to kill him. However, when Ao Shua had managed to kill the strong cultivator from the Si Kong clan. Second battle, who wants to fight, asked Mu Chen, while nodding at Wuxia who was coming back. The crowd remained silent. They didn't know who was going to come out. If Tianlong Divine Castle and the Qi clan joined hands to fight against them, when Ao Shua wouldn't be there for them next time. I'm going, said a cultivator at the top of the 4th Zun Qi layer who had been recruited during the first part of the recruitment process. Alright, be careful, said Mu Chen nodding at him. Very quickly, the referee started the second battle and a few seconds later, 22 people appeared on stage. Oh no, thought Mu Chen. The Qi clan had sent another cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer, his Qi was monstrously powerful. This was dangerous for Tian Tai. Don't fight, give up, shouted a loud voice coming from the group of people from Tian Tai. Die, shouted the cultivators from the Qi clan. The cultivator from Tian Tai, however, listened to Mu Chen and decided to jump off the stage. Boom, the cultivator from Tian Tai hurried, but then an explosion sounded. Empty space was blocking his way now. Break, shouted the cultivator from Tian Tai. The eyes of the cultivator from the Qi clan were bloodshot. He suddenly appeared in front of him, grabbing the cultivator from Tian Tai, and raising him in the air. How strong, that cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer really wants to kill our cultivator, thought some people from Tian Tai. They watched as the cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer slowly raised their fellow cultivator in the air. Lacerate, shouted the cultivator. The cultivator from Tian Tai gave a horrible shriek and the empty space energy tore him to shreds. Die, the cultivator gave horrible shrieks as he dying tragically. I'll do the next one, said Ho Qing Lin. He was upset with himself, he should have done the second battle. From now on, kill people from the Qi clan first, said Mu Chen calmly. He was furious though, and he said that loud enough so that the cultivators from the Qi clan could hear him. The cultivator from the Qi clan on the stage heard him and further lacerated the remaining body parts from the Tian Tai cultivator. Mu Feng was both furious and fearful. What if Meng Qing or Yu Xian ended up like that? Chapter 1391, Mu Feng's plot. I will have no choice but to protect her, thought Lin Feng. If he saw that Yu Xian was in danger, he couldn't possibly let her die. Especially if the strong cultivators from the Qi clan used empty space abstruse energies to prevent her from jumping the stage. Mu Feng glanced at the crowd and said, Brother Xiaoyu, when are you going to fight? Why do you ask, Brother Mu Feng, replied Xiaoyu. He was skeptical as to why Mu Feng asking. On the fifth battle, my beautiful girl is going to fight. I can't go, so I hope you can go along and protect her, replied Mu Feng. The crowd was surprised about this helpless pervert. He was still thinking about beautiful women during these life and death bouts. And since when was that girl his? Alright, I will send a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from our Devamara palace to protect her, replied Xiaoyu. The crowd was again surprised. Wasn't that cheating? But Emperor Qi didn't say anything against doing that. Not to mention the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle kept joining hands to kill other people. Therefore, Mu Feng and Xiaoyu couldn't be cheating. Bastard, you're telling Tianlong Divine Castle and the Qi clan to kill Qiu Yu Xian, said the purple-eyed young man in a cold way. Shut the hell up, said Mu Feng, suddenly turning around. The purple-eyed young man looked at Emperor Yu and Mu Chen, hoping that they would help, but nobody paid any attention to him. If you open your dirty mouth again, I'll destroy you, said Mu Feng aggressively. The purple-eyed young man's heart started racing. Mu Feng was in the middle of a group of people from Tian Tai, but he still dared threaten him. Brother, said the purple-eyed young man looking at Mu Chen. Enough, said Mu Chen in calm and serene way. Mu Feng coldly glanced at him and said to Qiu Yu Xian, my beautiful woman, you'll be participating in the fifth round. The purple-eyed young man was astonished because Qiu Yu Xian surprisingly nodded, as if she agreed. He didn't understand why though. Qiu Yu Xian should hate the perverted demon cultivator. On the third battle, Ho Qing Lin didn't fight, instead, Mo Qing Tian participated. As Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin had expected, the cultivators from the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle were quite weak. Mo Qing Tian killed the member from the Qi clan, but they didn't seem to care much. Mo Qing Tian went on to qualify for the next round. On the fourth battle, Tiantai sent a cultivator called Wu Yong, but he wasn't useless like his name implied. He had broken through to the 5th Zun Qi layer and was one of the emperor's direct disciples. Just like Mo Qing Tian, he killed the fighters from the Qi clan in Tianlong Divine Castle. Wu Yong was qualified for the next round. Most of the time Tiantai, the Qi clan, Tianlong Divine Castle, the Si Kong clan and the Wen clan fought on one side, while powerful groups from the bestial part of Ba Huang were fighting on another, and the rest of the groups fought away from those two groups. The 4th battle ended and the 5th began. Qiu Yu Xian went on the stage, but not many people from Tiantai understood why. Tianlong Divine Castle, the Qi clan, the Si Kong clan, and the Church of Desire all hated Mu Feng. He had asked someone to protect Qiu Yu Xian, so those people would probably send their most outstanding cultivators to kill her out of spite. "Come out," shouted the referee loudly. Qiu Yu Xian immediately flew to the stage. "Yu Xian, stay next to the cultivator from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals," said Mu Feng to Qiu Yu Xian using telepathy. "All right," said Qiu Yu Xian nodding. When she landed on the stage, she quickly hid behind the strong cultivator from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals. The strong cultivator from the Devamara Palace noticed that, so he also went next to him. The strong cultivators from the Qi clan, Tianlong Divine Castle, the Si Kong clan and the Church of Desire released terrifying energies in their direction. Incredibly enough, all the cultivators sent by those groups were cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer. "Die!" shouted the cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from the Qi clan, releasing empty space abstruse energy. In the blink of an eye, he appeared not far from Qiu Yu Xian. Barring the fact that Mu Feng wanted to protect her, they still wanted to kill her because she was also Lin Feng's girlfriend in the past. After Lin Feng had died, she had killed countless people from the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle. "Piss off!" A monstrously strong cultivator appeared in front of Qiu Yu Xian. It was a cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer. He punched the air in the direction of the cultivator from the Qi clan. The energies inside that punch turned into a terrifying ocean and destroyed the empty space energy. The Celestial Palace of the Immortals. The crowd was surprised that the cultivator from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals was even stronger than the cultivator from the Devamara Palace. He had broken through to the 8th Zun Qi layer and was the strongest cultivator in that battle. According to some rumors, Jun Mo Shi from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals and Lin Feng were very good friends. Seeing how Qiu Yu Xian used to be Lin Feng's girlfriend, it's not surprising that Jun Mo Shi sent some people to protect her, thought some people. How could they know that Mu Feng had talked to Xiao Yu so that Jun Mo Shi could hear him? "Piss off!" shouted the strong cultivator from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals, releasing terrifying qi ahead. The 4 cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer looked upset. Qiu Yu Xian wasn't weak and now 2 cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer were protecting her. Even a cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer would find it difficult. "A bunch of trash, I'll kill those who want to kill my woman. If you want to kill me, I'll be on the battle stage during the next round," said Mu Feng loudly. "Did he want to die? We'll definitely kill him. Even if he's strong and can defeat cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer, we will just dispatch a cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer," said the members of the Qi clan and the others. While they were thinking, the battle was becoming intense. Soon, only 11 people were left and Qiu Yu Xian was one of them. Many people were staring at Mu Feng angrily after Qiu Yu Xian flew back to Qiantai's group. Luckily, the Celestial Palace of the Immortals were involved, otherwise, she would have died. After the battle finished, the 6th one started. The members of the Qi clan, Tianlong Divine Castle and so on all wanted to kill Mu Feng. "Come out," shouted the referee. In a flash, silhouettes flickered. All the cultivators sent by the Qi clan, the Si Kong clan and Tianlong were cultivators of the 8th Zun Qi layer, while the Church of Desire sent a cultivator of the 7th Zun Qi layer. But Tiantai didn't send Mu Feng. They sent Ho Chin Lin instead. The cultivators of the Qi clan, Tianlong Divine Castle and so on were speechless. You guys are jokes, said Mu Feng mockingly. Then Ho Chin Lin released sword reincarnation energies. Many people from Tiantai were just as surprised. Why did their fellow disciple attack? Why wasn't it that demon cultivator? That demon cultivator had probably talked to their fellow disciple using telepathy. The battle was terrifying as the cultivators from the 8th Zun Qi layer from the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle were fighting against Ho Chin Lin. The cultivator from the Si Kong clan was killed by a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from the Wen clan. The Wen clan had also sent a cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer, which made that battle the most terrifying so far. Ho Chin Lin is terrifying. He has broken through to the 7th Zun Qi layer, but can oppress those two cultivators of the 8th Zun Qi layer by himself. The cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer from Tianlong Divine Castle and the Qi clan won't even get qualified, thought the members of Tiantai. The members of the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle were furious. They didn't have that many strong cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer. Chapter 1392, Trying to kill Meng Qing. When that battle finished, the cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer from the Qi clan was dead. Ho Chin Lin had killed him, and while he was killing him, the strong cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle had managed to punch Ho Chin Lin, making him bleed. After that, he immediately kicked the strong cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle out of the battle stage, also eliminating him. Once Ho Chin Lin came back, Mu Chen didn't look relaxed, when he said, the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle will probably send terrifyingly strong cultivators to get their revenge in the next round. Who will go? I'll go, said Tian Qi calmly. Mu Chen nodded. If you go, I won't be worried. Just like Mu Chen had expected, the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle sent cultivators of the 7th Zun Qi layer to join hands and attack Tian Qi. Even though Tian Qi couldn't defeat them, he wasn't eliminated. Tian Qi and the other two were all qualified. Tianlong Divine Castle and the Qi clan are attacking Tiantai relentlessly. We need to find a solution. If you know you can't win, you must give up. You need to remain alive, said Mu Chen very nervously. Everybody from Tiantai nodded back to him. Mu Chen sighed. He didn't want people to die. Tiantai didn't have that many powerful cultivators and too many people wanted to kill them. Tianlong Divine Castle, the Qi clan and the Si Kong clan. For the following battles, the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle sent cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer, then more cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer and finally a cultivator at the 6th Zun Qi layer, then some more cultivators at the 5th or 6th Zun Qi layer. Then back to a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer. Tiantai managed to deal with them for the first 3 battles, but some of Tiantai's people were killed by the strong cultivators of the Qi clan or Tianlong Divine Castle in the remaining fights. After we solve the situation and get Meng Qing through, I'll go myself and kill an important cultivator from the Qi clan, said Mu Feng. Then, he looked at the crowd from the celestial palace of the immortals and released some demonic intent. Jun Mo Shi noticed Mu Feng and nodded. He understood what Mu Feng meant after considering the situation. Qiu Yuxian had been protected, but Meng Qing still had to go. Meng Qing, you'll go next, said Mu Feng to Meng Qing and Mu Chen using telepathy. However, when Meng Qing landed on the stage, Tiantai's people were dumbstruck. 9th Zun Qi layer, how do they still have cultivators of the 9th Zun Qi layer? And how come Tianlong Divine Castle still has a cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer? Tiantai's people were terrified for Meng Qing. Behind those 2 cultivators, a cultivator of the 6th Zun Qi layer had tried to come out from the Qi clan, but the 2 others had been faster. When they saw Meng Qing, they hurried and changed fighters. Tiantai's people understood. However, why did they send such strong cultivators to kill Meng Qing? Even for the demon cultivator, they probably wouldn't have sent such strong people. The Qi clan in Tianlong Divine Castle had paid special attention to Meng Qing. Xue Ling Long. Mu Chen understood. The Qi clan in Tianlong Divine Castle knew that if Xue Ling Long didn't die, that legendary animal would become terrifyingly strong and would probably kill them. Meng Qing, go and hide behind the cultivator from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals. If it gets too dangerous, get off the stage, said Mu Feng to Meng Qing using telepathy. He didn't need to say that though, because the cultivator of the Celestial Palace of the Immortals took the initiative to run front of Meng Qing. He was also a cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer, the only one from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals who was less than 200 years old. Jun Mo Shi is taking care of Lin Feng's women, thought the crowd. Start, shouted the referee. The cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from the Qi clan suddenly threw himself at Meng Qing. At the same time, snowflakes appeared and Meng Qing disappeared from sight. Boom boom, the attack bombarded the battle stage, making it shake violently. Then, the cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals jumped forwards and threw himself at the cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer of the Qi clan. However, he didn't want to fight against him and used his empty space agility technique to run away. Jump off the stage, shouted Mu Feng furiously. The strong cultivator from the Celestial Palace of the Immortals couldn't follow the cultivator of the Qi clan because the latter had the empty space agility technique. He couldn't protect Meng Qing, so she had to get down, otherwise she'd get killed. So close yet so far. Meng Qing disappeared again in her empty space and flew down. The cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer of the Qi clan immediately crashed onto her empty space. Die, 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 shouted that cultivator. He then sealed the space around them with empty space energies. Boom! Mu Feng turned deathly pale after seeing that. He was terrified and people around him weren't feeling any more comfortable after sensing his death qi. How scary, thought the crowd around Mu Feng. His qi was actually corroding their bodies. At that moment, Meng Qing was surrounded by dazzling, holy, celestial lights. It was an extremely thick energy. 5 snow petals appeared which attempted to cut through the closed space. Slash, slash, the snow petals pierced through the empty space but then broke. Meng Qing started moving down again, but the empty space was very powerful and contained its own destructive energies. Meng Qing landed on the ground, but the destructive energies continued to surround her. Even if she left the battle stage, they were going to kill her. Bzzz, bzzz, terrifying energies condensed again as Meng Qing recalled her holy celestial qi and her silhouette flickered. She began running in the direction of Tiantai's people. Humph! Emperor Qi disappeared from where he was, suddenly appearing above Meng Qing. At the same time, Emperor Yu also appeared in front of him. Emperor Qi, don't forget that you're the organizer of this event, said Emperor Yu indifferently. A terrifying strength then surrounded Meng Qing, preventing anyone from the Qi clan from attacking her. Luckily, Emperor Yu got involved, otherwise Meng Qing would have died, thought the crowd. Teacher, whispered Mu Feng. He was extremely touched and moved. He suddenly looked nicer, even his demonic qi faded some. But it wasn't over yet. Emperor Qi still wanted to attack Meng Qi. You violated the rules, she should have died, said Emperor Qi. She was on the ground and was eliminated. You're well aware of that. How did we violate the rules? Asked Emperor Yu calmly. You violated the rules, that's all there is to it. Emperor Yu, it seems like you want to be the one managing the meeting of the emperors, said Emperor Tianlong. Alright, back then you two. You both had chased Lin Feng, my dear disciple, and now you want to kill his wife, shouted Emperor Yu furiously. Emperor Tianlong and Emperor Qi remained silent while they gradually released a terrifying qi. Emperor Qi, Emperor Tianlong, you're going too far. Emperor Yu didn't violate the rules. That girl was on the ground and had been eliminated. Only after did he protect her, said a gentle voice. A beautiful girl appeared next to Emperor Yu. It was the Empress of the Heavens of Desire's palace. Chapter 1393, Mu Feng's fury. Mu Feng saw her, then he looked at Yi Renlei in the distance. He didn't know that Empress, so Yi Renlei had probably told her something. The four emperors were facing each other, and Mu Feng was furious in the background. Unfortunately, he couldn't get involved because he was too weak. Once an emperor gets involved, it's a violation of the rules in itself, said Emperor Si Kong, joining in. How ridiculous. Even if emperors getting involved was a violation of the rules, then what are you doing now? Asked Emperor Wen, landing next to Emperor Yu and the Empress. Emperor Qi, Emperor Tianlong and Emperor Si Kong, how dare you talk about rules when your disciples have been joining hands the entire time to fight against other people? Emperor Qi is a joke of an organizer, said Emperor Wen mockingly. And now 3 emperors are joining hands to kill a young girl, how shameless. So what if I kill her, said Emperor Qi. If you try to kill her or try to destroy Tiantai, I guarantee that the Qi clan will be annihilated in the process, said Emperor Yu. People were panicking now that the situation was getting out of hand. Emperor Qi was staring at Emperor Yu. They were all low-leveled emperors. Back when Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi had become emperors, they hid themselves away to practice cultivation and rarely came out. Now their cultivation was extremely stable. Even before that, they had fought against Emperor Tianlong and he didn't have the advantage then. Are you threatening the Qi clan? Said Emperor Qi. If Emperor Yu went insane and destroyed the Qi clan, Emperor Qi could still destroy Tiantai. You are threatening us, said Emperor Yu indifferently. Tiantai, good, good. Emperor Qi slowly turned around and walked away. Humph. Emperor Si Kong and Emperor Tianlong also went back. They hadn't touched Meng Qing, so Mu Feng was suddenly relieved. He still felt worried though. All the emperors here are low-level emperors, but the Qi clan and the other old and powerful clans might have medium-level emperors, said Mu Chen to Mu Feng using telepathy. Emperor Shi never shows up, so is he trying to become a medium-level emperor, thought Lin Feng. In Ba Huang province, most emperors were only low-level emperors. But those medium-level emperors never show up and few people knew about their existence. Only the emperor from the celestial palace of the immortals could resist them, and maybe Emperor Peng the great oriental greenfinch rock. The emperor from the celestial palace of the immortals is a medium-level emperor and Emperor Peng might be able to rely on his natural abilities to fight a medium-level emperor, explained Mu Chen. At that moment, Emperor Yu took Meng Qing back. Mu Feng wanted to go and hug Meng Qing, but he held himself back after remembering that he wasn't Lin Feng right now. Meng Qing just smiled at him and said using telepathy, Lin Feng, I'm alright. I'll kill all the people from the Qi clan, Tianlong Divine Castle and the Si Kong clan, whispered Mu Feng. Then he raised his head and looked at the others while saying, after the referee calls people, there's still 1 second. So don't go to the stage immediately, wait for that 1 second first. Mu Chen then turned around and said, he's right, use the allocated time. Alright, everybody nodded. Meng Qing had almost died because she acted too fast. Alright, who goes next? Asked Mu Chen. Don't think about it too much. You'll become an emperor too, said Meng Qing using telepathy. She discreetly caressed Mu Feng's hand and Mu Feng nodded. He knew he would because he had to. On that day, he'd annihilate the Qi clan, Tianlong Divine Castle and the Si Kong clan. The Wen clan and the Heavens of Desire's palace had helped him, so in the future, he'd befriend them, and the Devamara palace too. During the next battles, Tianlong Divine Castle and the Qi clan continued attacking people from Tiantai, while the Si Kong clan attacked those from the Wen clan. But Tianlong Divine Castle and the Qi clan couldn't continue oppressing Tiantai for they didn't have an unlimited number of cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer. Mu Feng looked at the Qi clan in a cold way and said, I don't know how many geniuses there are from the Qi clan, but I know about Qi Tiansu, Qi Jiao Jiao and Qi Tiansheng. I'm going this time, said a strong cultivator to Mu Chen. Mu Chen nodded. Once the referee called the cultivators, silhouettes flickered. But on Tiantai's side, someone passed in front of the cultivator who had asked to go. Mu Feng, people from Tiantai were surprised. Oh no, the Qi clan was upset once they saw that demon cultivator landing on the battle stage. Qi Tiansu had already waited half a second to go, but Mu Feng had right after him. Leave the battle stage once the battle starts, shouted Qi Qianxing to Qi Tiansu. Qi Tiansu looked upset. He was one of the 10 strongest young cultivators during the previous era and now Qi Qianxing wanted him to run away from a kid from the new generation. No, Qi Tiansu looked at Mu Feng's demonic intent, worriedly. Start, said the referee. Mu Feng looked at the strong cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle. He was only a cultivator of the 5th Zun Qi layer. Death curse, die, shouted Mu Feng. That cultivator was instantly cursed and death energies were quickly consuming his life. Die, 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 shouted Mu Feng. He made immortal abstruse energy fuse together with his death curse attack, and at the same time, he threw himself at Qi Tiansu. Slash, bong, the cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle instantly collapsed on the battle stage. He didn't even have time to take a step after the start of the battle. No, shouted Qi Tiansu furiously while jumping away. Qi Tiansu, shouted Mu Feng. Qi Tiansu turned around and looked at Mu Feng. His eyes were pitch black and they contained demonic intent which penetrated into his brain. Death curse, said Mu Feng. No, shouted Qi Tiansu, still wanting to escape. Empty space bestial illusion technique, the space became distorted as Qi Tiansu ended up in another space. Mu Feng was a giant in that empty space and his a hand oppressing Qi Tiansu. Chapter 1394, The Alliance in the Past. Lin Feng could use the empty space bestial illusion technique with empty space strength. Now he knew empty space abstruse energy, so his knowledge of the technique was more advanced. Qi Tiansu couldn't escape no matter how far he ran in that empty space. When he thought he had finally broken through the empty space, it was already too late. How come that attack is similar to Meng Qing's, thought some people. Is Qi Tiansu too weak or is Mu Feng too strong, thought the crowd. Qi Tiansu was one of the 3 heroes of the Qi clan. Lin Feng had killed Qi Tiansheng and Qi Jiao Jiao had been captured by Lin Feng. Now Qi Tiansu was going to die. The 3 heroes of the Qi clan were gradually being removed from the picture. Mu Feng grabbed Qi Tiansu's body and raised him up in the air. He took a step forwards and looked at the people from the Qi clan at the top of Qi Tian Peak. Lacerate, shouted Mu Feng furiously. Empty space energies immediately cut off one of Qi Tiansu's arms and he gave a horrible shriek in return. Lacerate, shouted Mu Feng again. He cut off Qi Tiansu's other arm. Blood was now dripping on both sides of his body. You want to die, shouted a voice from the top of the Qi Tian Peak. But it was the meeting of the emperors, so they couldn't save their people. Emperor Yu had saved Meng Qing only because she had already landed on the ground. Qi Tiansu hadn't managed to leave the battle stage. You actually touched the girl I'm interested in, so I'm warning you now. The Qi clan better not participate in the next battle, or I'll kill them, said Mu Feng, releasing demonic Qi. Lacerate. Ah, kill me, shouted Qi Tiansu. His clothes were already soaked with blood and he had wounds covering his body. Death Qi was seeping through those wounds, furthering the pain. If you want to die so badly, I can only help you, said Mu Feng mercilessly. Slash, slash, it was as if a million blades slowly cut Qi Tiansu's body apart. Then, Mu Feng dropped Qi Tiansu's body on the ground and put his foot on him. Mu Feng kicked him with all his strength and his body streaked across the sky, leaving a trail of blood in the air before he landed at the top of Chi Tian Peak. He's insane. That Mu Feng is completely crazy, thought the crowd. Even the emperors were surprised. If Mu Feng continued to become stronger, he'd threaten even them. It's better not to offend him, thought some emperors who had never had any problems with him. Such a strong cultivator would be guaranteed to become an emperor. If they befriended him, they could only benefit. Qi Qianxing and the others looked at Mu Feng with murder in their eyes. You'll die in even worse circumstances than Qi Tiansu, shouted Qi Qianxing back at Mu Feng. I can't wait to fight the cultivators from the Qi clan. I'll kill all of them, said Mu Feng, smiling ferociously. Then, he went back to the center of the battle stage. He had killed the cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle in the blink of an eye and then Qi Tiansu, but the battle wasn't over yet. The cultivator of the Wen clan and the cultivator of the Si Kong clan were fighting, so Mu Feng went towards them. The cultivators of the Wen clan and the Si Kong clan had both reached the top of the 5th Zun Qi layer, so they were evenly matched. So, Si Kong clan's cultivator was petrified to see Mu Feng heading towards him. Where are you going? Said Mu Feng, punching the air in that cultivator's direction. His punch contained empty space abstruse energies. Piss off, shouted the cultivator from the Si Kong clan, punching the air as well. However, Mu Feng jumped towards him and punched again, this time he condensed immortal abstruse energies in his punche. Boom! A hole appeared in that cultivator's chest. The Si Kong clan won't let you off, said that person, his face was severely bleeding. One more enemy isn't a problem, said Mu Feng. Then he punched that cultivator's head again and made it explode. Mu Feng looked at the strong cultivators of the Si Kong clan and said, that's for supporting Emperor Qi. Mu Feng was referring to the fact that Emperor Si Kong had supported Emperor Tianlong and Emperor Qi against Meng Qing. Mu Feng then looked at the emperor from the Wen clan and said, thank you very much, mister, for helping. Since the Si Kong clan and the Qi clan keep joining hands to fight against your clan, you should join hands with Tiantai to fight them. What do you think, Emperor Yu? Asked Emperor Wen smiling. If you agree, then I agree, said Emperor Yu smiling. Even though the Qi clan and the Si Kong clan surely have more than one emperor, it doesn't matter because in Tiantai has 2 emperors. Besides, Tianlong Divine Castle is a shitty group and their emperor is a piece of trash. Emperor Shi will soon surpass him in a few dozen years, and then Tiantai will have even more emperors, said Emperor Yu confidently. Everybody was amazed, especially the other emperors. Emperor Yu was so confident, but was it because Emperor Shi was going to break through the next cultivation layer? If he became a medium-level cultivation emperor, Tiantai would immediately rise. Alright, I can't wait to see Tiantai rise. The Wen clan and Tiantai are officially allies, said Emperor Wen laughing happily. Emperor Tianlong and Emperor Qi looked furious, especially Emperor Tianlong and his people because Emperor Yu had humiliated them. At that moment, Mu Feng turned around and looked at the emperor from the Devamara palace. If you agree to join our alliance, I'll soon become a demon king and I'll always remember what you did for me, said Mu Feng. The emperor was surprised too. He looked at Mu Feng and didn't reply immediately. If Mu Feng became a terrifying demon king, they would be happy to have them as an ally, but at that moment, he wasn't one. Will you allow us to borrow your ancient scriptures? Asked Emperor Devamara, after remaining silent for a few seconds. When I become an emperor, I won't disappoint you. You can have my scriptures and skills, said Mu Feng calmly. Someday, if he became an emperor, he wouldn't mind giving some of his scriptures to the Devamara palace, of course. Alright, then I agree. The Wen clan and Tiantai are my new allies, said Emperor Devamara smiling. Chapter 1395, Another Round. The Wen clan, the Devamara palace and Tiantai are all influential imperial groups, together they can definitely put pressure on the Qi clan, the Si Kong clan and Tian Long Divine Castle's alliance, thought some people. The Qi clan, the Si Kong clan, Tian Long Divine Castle and the others weren't happy. They were even more furious that the Devamara Palace had joined their alliance as well. If Mu Feng hadn't done that, the others would have continuously tried to put pressure on Tian Tai and eventually destroyed them, but now it was much more difficult. Mu Feng glanced at the other groups. The Emperor of the Celestial Palace of the Immortals was at the end of his life and Jun Mo she was in a difficult situation. He couldn't decide alone to make the Celestial Palace of the Immortals join an alliance, and if he did, he would be in danger. Concerning the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, Yuan Fei was there, but still, the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit and the other groups of the bestial part of Ba Huang were in a kind of alliance already against the bestial Imperial Palace, Emperor Peng's group. The Heavens of Desire's palace had helped him, but he couldn't ask them anything because he didn't know the Empress. He could give demon scriptures to the Devamara Palace, but he couldn't offer anything to the Heavens of Desire's palace. Of course, Mu Feng had promised scriptures to the Devamara Palace, but first he had to become an emperor. This implied that the Devamara Palace had to be loyal and couldn't betray the alliance for a while. And Mu Feng died, he wouldn't be able to give them anything. "Brother, do you have anything to say?" asked Emperor Qi to the emperor from the Church of Desire. The emperor of the Church of Desire looked at him and said, "I prefer not to get involved." The situation was already chaotic. The Devamara Palace would probably get scriptures, but the Church of Desire had nothing to ask for because they didn't need anything. Getting involved for them was pointless. He was going to ask his people not to attack Mu Feng at the very least. Besides, he didn't want to infuriate Tian Tai because they didn't have just one emperor, they had two. Emperor Shi was going to rise, and amongst Tian Tai's current disciples, some of them were soon going to become cultivation emperors as well. Emperor Qi smiled and nodded. He wasn't happy though. At the same time, the battle finished on the battle stage. Mu Feng had killed the members from Tian Long Divine Castle, the Qi clan and the Si Kong clan. After Mu Feng went back to his group, many people looked at him in a strange way. They had no choice but to admit that Mu Feng had done something great for Tian Tai. They were less angry about the fact that Mu Feng had flirted with Qiu Yu Xian and Meng Qin now. Only the purple-eyed young man still looked angry. After that, the Wen clan and the Devamara Palace didn't disappoint Mu Feng. They joined hands on the battle stage and fought against the fighters from the Qi clan and so on. They always sent a strong cultivator. Even if a strong cultivator from the other side attacked, they could focus on the two other groups. When the opponents were too strong, they always joined hands to protect each other. When they lost, at least, they remained alive. When they were in danger, sometimes they even broke through to the next cultivation layer. Time passed and the battles slowly started coming to an end for Tian Tai. The people they sent in the end were not too strong. During these final rounds, Tian Long Divine Castle sent an incredible cultivator who could transform fully into a dragon. Tian Long Divine Castle has 9 people who have Emperor Tian Long's personal skill and those 9 people were all qualified. Besides, their cultivation level is very high. "Did you notice?" said Mu Chen after Tian Tai's last battle finished. The others continued fighting as they still had fighters. The weakest of those 9 people has the strength at the top of the 4th Zun Qi layer and the strongest one has broken through to the 8th Zun Qi layer, said Wuxia nodding. He had noticed that too. Those people were very discreet. During the first round, they had been hiding in the crowd. Only one had shown up on the battle stage, on Tian Tai's battle stage to fight against Meng Qin. Mu Feng had also noticed. That cultivator had attacked Meng Qin. Mu Feng couldn't have missed him. Those people must be Emperor Tian Long's very core disciples. If you encounter them in the next round, surrender. Don't fight unless you know you can defeat them, and if you can defeat them, kill them, said Mu Chen calmly, yet slightly cold too. There's also Qi Qianren who has reached the top of the 6th Zun Qi layer, he's Qi Qianxing's younger brother. He's also Emperor Qi's youngest son, so he's bound to be strong. You have to be careful, said Mu Qian. Emperor Qi's son. Mu Feng really wanted to kill him, hoping that Emperor Qi would go insane if Mu Feng did that. But Qi Qianren had the strength of the top of the 6th Zun Qi layer and he had been to the shrine. Adding on that he was also Emperor Qi's real son, so his blood strength and spirit had to be powerful. Qi Tiansu was nothing compared to him. If we kill Qi Qianren, won't Emperor Qi go insane and try to kill us? Asked someone. He won't. Emperor Yu saved Meng Qing because it was allowed, but rules must be respected. Even if you kill Emperor Qi's son, he won't dare do anything. Otherwise, the others would do the same and the situation would be chaotic, replied Mu Qian. But you have to remember that strength is the most important thing. If someday you become emperors, you will have very few enemies. The main goal of the meeting of the emperors is cultivation, said Mu Qian. Everybody nodded. The Qi clan was arrogant, but what would happen if someday a medium-level emperor appeared in Tiantai? And a third emperor? And a fourth? Then, the Qi clan would be doomed. The crowd then looked at the battle stage. There were 16 people starting the next fight, meaning that 6 groups had already run out of people to send. The other groups didn't have many more people either, so soon, the second round would be over. Tiantai's people glanced around. There were maybe 1,000 people left, half of them had been eliminated already. Some people who are considered the 10 strongest young cultivators are here too, said Mu Qian. Kong Ming can already defeat cultivators of the top of the Zun Qi layer. He's very smart though, and he always hides his strength. The Great Oriental Greenfinch Rock, Wen Tian Gu, Si Kong Xiao and Fu He aren't bad either. But I don't know how many people can fight against them, said Mu Qian. Chapter 1396, Choosing Opponents, Cruel Rules. There had never been fixed rules at the meeting of the emperors. As long as the emperors agreed, the rules could be determined at the start of every round. The second round ended and Emperor Qi looked at the remaining people. There were about 700-800 people left. The second round had been a bloodbath and the Qi clan, the Si Kong clan, Tian Long Divine Castle, Tian Tai, the Wen clan and the Devamara Palace had fought like madmen. Since all the disciples are brave and strong, and since they don't seem to be enjoying themselves that much, we could stimulate them a bit more. What do you all think? Asked Emperor Qi, looking at everybody in a sharp way. Just say the rules without being enigmatic, said Emperor Wen in a cold way. Emperor Wen and Emperor Yu hated Emperor Qi more than anyone else. After they came back from Shuiyu, Emperor Qi and Emperor Si Kong had joined hands to fight against Emperor Wen. Fighters can be selected, said Emperor Qi glancing at the crowd. Now that we have very few low-level Zun cultivators left, those who are remaining are extremely strong, such as Mu Feng. There's no difference between him and a medium-level Zun cultivator. I'm suggesting we can sort them. What do you think? Humph. Mu Feng smiled coldly. Emperor Qi was using him as an example. Indeed, there was no difference between him and a medium-level Zun cultivator. Besides, their cultivation level didn't matter that much, their fighting abilities were more important. The emperors remained silent, they didn't understand the rules clearly actually. What did he mean fighters could be selected? But high-level Zun Qi layer are different. Cultivators of the top of the Zun Qi layer such as cultivators of the 8th or 9th Zun Qi layer are different, so we can put them in their own group. Then we can do the same as we had during the first round. Cultivators can divide into 2 groups, low-level and medium-level cultivators on one side, and cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer on the other. What do you think? Asked Emperor Qi. The emperors agreed with that of course. They all wanted to protect their low-level and medium-level cultivators, saving them from fighting against cultivators of the top of the Zun Qi layer. Even Emperor Qi didn't want that necessarily. And then, what I meant by selected, is a battle consisting of two cultivators. Cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer can only select other cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer while the others can do as they wish. If someone chooses you, you must fight. If you are chosen, you must go to the stage. If you want to surrender, you must go to the stage and then go back onto the ground. Dying or going back to the ground means you are eliminated. Everybody has one chance to choose someone else. That way someone will get eliminated during each battle, and we can do that until the end," said Emperor Qi. The rules were strict and quite scary if thought about it. "I have the feeling he made those rules because he wants Mu Feng to die," thought some people. Mu Feng had infuriated Emperor Qi during the second round. Emperor Qi was already nice when he said that cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer couldn't fight against low-level or medium-level cultivators, but he was also afraid that Ho Qin Lin could choose Qi Qianren. And the Qi clan, Tianlong Divine Castle and the Si Kong clan had so many strong cultivators, they would definitely find someone to kill Mu Feng. If someone chose Mu Feng, he would have to fight. Then, he'd have only one chance to choose someone to fight. Besides, Tiantai had less people, so they wouldn't be able to choose as many people as the other groups. Humph. Mu Feng smiled in an ice-cold way. "How many people will choose me?" thought Lin Feng. He had won against a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer, so he wasn't scared to be chosen by other people. He knew that the Qi clan, the Si Kong clan and Tianlong Divine Castle had incredibly strong medium-level Zun cultivators though. Tianlong Divine Castle had 9 incredible cultivators, while 6 of them were medium-level cultivators. The one who had fought against Meng Qing during the first round was already astonishingly strong. Choosing the opponents is not a problem, the problem is the order and the ranking. "What will be the ranking?" asked Emperor Wen. He didn't mind if cultivators chose their opponents, he had faith in the young cultivators from the Wen clan, Wen Tiangu and Wen Ao Shui for example. They could both defeat cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer. The Wen clan also had many medium-level cultivators who were quite strong. Emperor Wen wished Mu Feng was stronger. Even though anyone could choose Mu Feng, if he was strong enough, he could also kill all of them. Then the Wen clan would have less pressure for the later rounds. "Since my clan is the host of the event this time, I'd like to make a humble remark. I suggest we rotate from east to south to west to north and that 2 fighters from the same group can never be in the same battle," said Emperor Qi. In the order he had said, he would be the first one and Tiantai would be the last one. Those rules made the situation difficult for Tiantai. Some people wouldn't have the opportunity to choose their opponent and would die before their time came. Emperor Qi's rules were clearly pitted against Tiantai. "Not bad," said Emperor Si Kong. Of course he was happy about that and some of the others agreed as well. "I agree," said Emperor Yu calmly. Tiantai's cultivators were not weaklings, they had all gone through hardships in their lives. Emperor Yu would never forget what Emperor Shi and him had gone through to become emperors themselves. They had killed countless people. Emperor Yu didn't mind. During that third round, if they wanted to finish the meeting with 200 cultivators, the battles were going to last for a very long time. Only one person could be eliminated at a time, given that there were 700-800 people in total, after 300-400 battles, only half of them would be eliminated. Then, battles would start again from the beginning, and 200 battles would take place to eliminate another half of them. That meant that there would be 500-600 battles in total and that some people would get to choose an opponent twice. "Since you all agree, let's start." "Qi Shao, you go first," said Emperor Qi. Qi Shao nodded and jumped onto the battle stage. He was a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer who had broken through to the 8th Zun Qi layer. Some people had noticed him before because his empty space agility technique was incredible. "Let's see whom he'll choose," thought everybody. Qi Shao glanced at the crowd, especially at the people from Tiantai. Then he pointed at a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from Tiantai and demanded, "Come and die." The cultivator of the top of the Zun Qi layer from Tiantai pulled a long face. He had broken through to the 7th Zun Qi layer and he controlled gold and earth abstruse energies. But, he knew that he wasn't as strong as the cultivator from the Qi clan. Even if he couldn't win, he wanted to fight, so he jumped on the fighting stage. Slash, 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 as soon as he landed on the battle stage, the battle started. An empty space appeared and a strong wind started blowing. Qi Xiao turned into several illusionary clones and surrounded the cultivator from Tiantai. He's going to kill me, I need to get down, thought the Tiantai cultivator. Break, shouted the cultivator from Tiantai furiously. Suddenly, he was surrounded by gold and earth energies, protecting him like an armor. Then, a gigantic illusionary battle axe also appeared. La la la, the empty space rolled in waves, quickly surrounding the cultivator from Tiantai. Empty space wind explosion, ultimate pressure, said Qi Xiao. With that, he broke the earth and gold abstruse energies protecting the cultivator from Tiantai. He's doomed, thought the crowd from Tiantai. Arg, the cultivator from Tiantai shouted furiously and released his blood strength, but it was useless. He was too weak for Qi Xiao could even defeat cultivators of the 9th Zun Qi layer. In the end, he died. Phew, people from Tiantai took in a deep breath. The cultivation world was cruel and weak people would be trampled by the strong. Seeing their friend die was sad, but they worried that they were going to end up that way, too. Mu Feng remained calm, but he was furious on the inside. He was still getting used to the cruelty of that world. His goal now was to kill as many people from the Qi clan as possible to avenge his fellow disciples. Chapter 1397, Hopeless 7th Prince. After Qi Xiao killed the cultivator of the top of the Zun Qi layer from Tiantai, he glanced at people from Tiantai in a cold way. Then, he rose up in the air and went back to the top of Qi Tian Peak. The Qi clan and Tiantai didn't need to exchange words, they only had to look at each other to know what the others were feeling. After the Qi clan, it was the Si Kong clan's turn to send a fighter. This time, the Si Kong clan sent a cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer and he chose a fighter from Tiantai as well. Tiantai had 4 cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer, 3 cultivators of the 7th Zun Qi layer and 1 of the 8th. The Qi clan and the Si Kong clan wanted to kill all the cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer from Tiantai, that way, Tiantai wouldn't be able to cope with their own cultivators in the end. Tiantai is doomed. Emperor Si Kong and Emperor Qi must have discussed this matter before the meeting of the emperors, thought the crowd. Tiantai's people now understood what the Qi clan and the Si Kong clan had planned. After that, Mu Chen said to his people, "Not many of our people will be able to survive until the end. Please remember that you must think about your life first. You'll have another opportunity in 100 years. Besides, in less than 100 years, Tiantai will rise." As expected, the second cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from Tiantai didn't die, but was eliminated. The cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer from the Si Kong clan had defeated the cultivator of the 7th Zun Qi layer from Tiantai. The best cultivators of Tiantai were mainly medium-level Zun cultivators, so this wasn't that surprising after that, though when clan sent Wen Ao Shui who chose an opponent from the Qi clan, a medium-level Zun cultivator. When Ao Shui had reached the top of the 3rd Zun Qi layer, and he controlled murder abstruse energies. Just like when Tian Gu who controlled murder, speed and empty space abstruse energies. They were even better at controlling empty space abstruse energies than the Qi clan. When Ao Shui made quick work of his opponent. After that, the others continued fighting. The other groups didn't choose people from the 6 main groups though, because they didn't want to get involved. But when it was the Celestial Palace of the Immortals' turn, they chose a cultivator from the Qi clan. The opponent forgot that Jun Mo she had an imperial immortal body and got too close to him. Jun Mo she easily won. Besides, when he punched his opponent's head, making it explode, She absorbed his opponent's vitality and recovered himself quickly. An imperial immortal body was even better than controlling life abstruse energies. After when Ao Shui and Shi, Xiao Yu landed on the battle stage and also chose a cultivator from the Qi clan. He completely destroyed a medium-level Zun cultivator. 2 medium-level Zun cultivator from the Qi clan had died and 1 was injured. 3 medium-level Zun cultivators from the Qi clan had already been eliminated. Many people were excited while the members of the Qi clan looked furious. After that, Renlei battled and she also chose a cultivator from the Qi clan, a medium-level Zun cultivator. She also killed her opponent. Yuan Fei from the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit looked at the people from the Qi clan and said arrogantly, "A bunch of cunts, cultivators at the very top of the Zun Qi layer dared kill my brother. You shameless bitches. And now you dare attack my brother's wife. I'll destroy some of you to avenge his death." Yuan Fei chose a medium-level Zun cultivator and crushed his head with his wooden stick. However, just before Yuan Fei was going to kill him for good, the cultivator jumped off the stage. Then, it was Tianlong Divine Castle's turn. The Qi clan had already lost 3 people and 2 of their fighters were injured. 5 of their cultivators had been eliminated in total. "I'll go and kill him," said the 7th prince. He jumped forwards releasing bestial qi. Of course, he was talking about Mu Feng. "Let me go. I'm stronger," said the 5th prince, releasing a bestial qi too. Even though Mu Feng was arrogant, he was, without a doubt, strong. His deadly demon punch was terrifying. And when he had killed Qi Tiansu, he had released some demon qi with empty space energy in it. The 7th prince might be too weak to deal with that demon cultivator. The 5th prince had broken through to the 6th Zun Qi layer and his cultivation level was thus higher than Mu Feng's. He also had a powerful dragon spirit. Even cultivators of the 7th Zun Qi layer couldn't compete with him. Killing Mu Feng probably wouldn't be difficult for him. Concerning the 4th prince, he was even stronger. He could easily kill cultivators of the 7th Zun Qi layer. "I'll go and kill him," said the 7th prince rushing over to the stage. All the members from Tianlong Divine Castle were surprised and exasperated. "He has a bad temper," said the 4th prince, making the 5th prince smile wryly. "Father, what do you think?" asked the 4th prince to Emperor Tianlong in a low voice. Emperor Tianlong rarely expressed his opinion. If Mu Feng hasn't hidden his real strength, he is, at most, as strong as Little 7. Mu Feng has probably hidden his real strength, but I still think that Little 7 can defeat him with some difficulty. He shouldn't have any problems protecting himself, at least. Besides, thanks to him, we'll also see how strong Mu Feng really is, replied Emperor Tianlong. The 7th prince also needed experience, he needed to go through difficult battles. Therefore, he didn't prevent the 7th prince from going to the battle stage. If he won against Mu Feng, it would be good, if he lost, it wouldn't be a problem, he would learn from it instead. The 7th prince landed on the battle stage and looked at Mu Feng, shouting furiously, "Mu Feng, I'll kill you now." Mu Feng had been waiting, finally, someone chose him. That person was one of the 9 people they had talked about. He was the one who had tried to kill Meng Qing before. Boom! Mu Feng jumped in the air and demonic qi whistled. The force of the earth and sky surrounded him, his eyes were pitch black, his qi was pure, he could easily oppress people of the 4th and 5th Zun Qi layer with that strength. Roar, it seemed like there was an army of dragon around the 7th prince. One of the 9 trump cards from Tianlong Divine Castle, thought the crowd. Mu Feng amazed and astonished people because his cultivation level was so low. His cultivation level was the lowest amongst people who could defeat cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer, but each group had their trump cards. They could resist or even kill Mu Feng if they used them. Therefore, Emperor Qi had made the rules that way. He had hoped that Tianlong Divine Castle would send their princes to deal with Mu Feng. But would Mu Feng lose? That battle should be incredible. Maybe we'll get to see Mu Feng use his full power. We've only rarely seen him before and now he's rising at the meeting of the emperors, thought the crowd. Mu Feng was mysterious. Die! Roar, roar, Mu Feng slowly walked forwards. The seventh prince was surprised by this nonchalant demeanor. Mu Feng released cursing energies, leaving the seventh prince feeling like he was going to die. Death Qi then surrounded and started draining his life. Mu Feng had used his demon curse and his death curse techniques on him at the same time. He was also using demonic intent and singing his 9 netherworlds demonic song. The seventh prince really thought that he was at the end of his life. His face turned grey as began to look like a corpse. It seemed that the seventh prince had underestimated Mu Feng. Everybody had underestimated him. Demon energy was rolling in waves and the seventh prince was hopeless, without a chance to attack. Mu Feng raised his fist, readying to use his deadly demon punch. He also condensed the force of the earth and sky in it, as well as immortal abstruse energies. The earth shook a dozen times under its weight. It no longer looked like a deadly demon punch, it looked like a Devamara punch. Boom! Emperor Tianlong suddenly released a terrifying qi. Even though he didn't attack Mu Feng, he could somehow sense how the seventh prince was feeling in that trance. Chapter 1398, Fu He, outwardly kind but inwardly evil. Arg, 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 the seventh prince was shouting. His brain was shaking violently from the demonic intent. He raised his fist and condensed dragon energies, trying to amount something. However, that deadly demon punch crashed onto his arm and instantly made it explode. Then, rumbling sound spread in the air as Mu Feng punched the seventh prince's head, which also exploded. "Fuck off," shouted Mu Feng. He kicked the seventh prince's corpse and made it fly back to the members of Tianlong Divine Castle. The corpse flew so fast that it emitted whistling sounds. He killed him in one punch, the crowd was astonished. No words could describe how they felt, especially the members from the Qi clan, Tianlong Divine Castle and the Si Kong clan. They were shook by Mu Feng's hidden strength. They knew he was so strong, but not that strong. The seventh prince didn't even have time to use his full strength, he died too quickly. Mu Feng had oppressed him from the beginning of the battle, if it could be called a battle. Had Mu Feng used his full strength now? Nobody knew how strong Mu Feng really was. Many thought about Lin Feng. Lin Feng was a lot like Mu Feng. However, Mu Feng was even more incredible than Lin Feng now, he had suddenly appeared and was directly killing the emperor's sons in front of them. Of course, the members from Tianlong Divine Castle were both upset and mad when saw the seventh prince's corpse. Emperor Tianlong tried to remain calm, but he couldn't, he looked furious. "Little Seven, it's my fault," said Emperor Tianlong looking at the seventh prince. Little Seven wasn't his biological son, he was his adopted son. He was stronger than Emperor Tianlong's biological sons because he had made great efforts to make Emperor Tianlong proud. He wanted to kill Mu Feng to prove to Emperor Tianlong how strong he was. "Father, I'll definitely kill him," said the fifth prince, clenching his fists so hard that they emitting crackling sounds. "I'll kill him when it's my turn," said the fourth prince. The fourth prince was the strongest prince apart from the cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer. He had reached the very top of the sixth Zun Qi layer. One more step and he'd be a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer. He could even defeat cultivators of the seventh or eighth Zun Qi layer. "We'll see," said Emperor Tianlong. Mu Feng had already left the battle stage and made it back to Tiantai. He looked expressionless. After Tianlong Divine Castle, there were many other groups left to go. Next was the Fire Mountain's turn to choose an opponent. Fu He went to the battle stage and the crowd looked at him. It was difficult to imagine that he was one of the 10 strongest young cultivators of Ba Huang given his dumb-looking appearance. According to the diviner, he was extremely strong. He'd even become an emperor within the next 80 years, maybe 30, or even 10. Fu Hei's mouth twitched, then, he pointed at the Qi clan and called upon a medium-level Zun cultivator, yes, you, don't look at the others. Come here, please. The cultivator from the Qi clan finally understood that Fu Hei was pointing at him, so he was furious. Fu Hei and him weren't enemies, they didn't even know each other. So why did Fu Hei choose him? None of the other groups wanted to join the Qi clan, Tianlong and the Si Kong clan's alliance it seemed. On top of that, now, Fu Hei from the Fire Mountain was challenging them. What are you looking at? Have you never seen a handsome man before? Asked Fu Hei when he saw that cultivator from the Qi clan were staring at him strangely. The cultivator of the Qi clan was speechless. All the other groups were staring at them too. Just what was going on? Was Fire Mountain one of Tiantai's allies? Fu Hei, if you offend the Qi clan, you'll regret it, said that strong cultivator while jumping onto the fighting stage. Are you from the Qi clan? Asked Fu Hei. That cultivator's mouth twitched. Fu Hei had chosen him as an opponent, hadn't he seen that he was from the Qi clan? What the hell are you on about? Asked that cultivator. Fu Hei walked towards him, he looked annoyed. Could you ask Emperor Qi if we could bury the hatchet? Asked Fu Hei in a fragile voice. That person was confused. He turned around and looked at the people at Qi Tian Peak. Be careful, shouted an extremely loud voice. The cultivator from the Qi clan suddenly sensed some energies, so he immediately used his empty space agility technique to escape. Boom! However, a powerful fireball crashed onto his body and started burning him alive. No, shouted that cultivator in pain. He was going insane as the fire was chewing through his flesh. No one could see him anymore, as the terrifying black flames had completely consumed him. He looked at Fu Hei, but he was already far away as if all this had nothing to do with him. Once on the battle stage, we're enemies. Here we're supposed to fight, sometimes to death. How come you believe me? Said Fu Hei compassionately. He almost sounded sad for his enemy. His death was even more tragic than the seventh prince's death. Fu Hei, the crowd was covered with cold sweat. That guy was outwardly kind, but inwardly evil. Besides, Fu Hei had moved extremely fast when the Qi clan's strong cultivator had used his empty space agility technique. Initially, many people didn't know that Fu Hei also controlled speed abstruse energies. That's the sixth one, thought some people looking at the members of the Qi clan. 6 of their people had been eliminated and 4 of them had died. The first round of battles of the last round of the meeting hadn't even ended and they had already lost 6 people. It was only the first round. Black flames, thought Lin Feng frowning. It looked like demon fire Qi. After that, the next battles were also incredible. Finally, it was Tiantai's turn. Everybody looked at them, who were they going to choose? One cultivator of the top of the Zun Qi layer from Tiantai had died and another one was injured. On the side of the Qi clan, 4 people had died and 2 were injured. On the side of Tianlong Divine Castle, 1 prince had died. In other words, Tiantai and their allies had the advantage so far. And now Tiantai would have the opportunity to eliminate someone else. Chen Hai, go and choose an opponent similar to you, but maybe a little bit stronger. If you lose, it's not a problem, said Mu Chen to a disciple of Tiantai. Chen Hai was surprised but nodded. He understood what Mu Chen meant. If he chose an opponent that was slightly stronger, he would become stronger if he won. The crowd realized why Tiantai had sent a cultivator who seemed insignificant. It was because Tiantai didn't want their weaker cultivators to get killed before they used their pick. Chen Hai was grateful. He chose someone a bit stronger than him and it was an insane battle. They were both injured, but he had no regret. If Mu Chen hadn't sent him, he may have died in the ensuing rounds. Oh. Chapter 1399, Prajna, Ban Roa, Fury. This time, it was the Qi clan's turn to choose again. Emperor Qi's eyes twinkled. Mu Feng's strength was enigmatic and mysterious. Even he, as an emperor, couldn't see through Mu Feng's strength. Even Qi Qianren feared Mu Feng. Among all his sons, few had the potential to become emperors, but Qi Qianxing was one of them. He was a cultivator of the very top of the Zun Qi layer, one step away from becoming an emperor. Qi Qianren was one of them too. He was Emperor Qi's youngest son, but his talent was incredible. He was even catching up with a few of his brothers. Emperor Qi hesitated. Whom should he send? Should he send Qi Qianyun to fight against a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from Tiantai? If he sent Qi Qianren, would he fight against Mu Feng? Tiantai had two cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer left, one of the 8th Zun Qi layer and one of the 7th Zun Qi layer, Ho Qinglin. They were both difficult to fight against. "I'll go kill someone and come back," said Qi Qianren indifferently. Then, he moved forwards and pointed at a medium-level Zun cultivator from Tiantai, but not Mu Feng. Mu Feng looked at him coldly. Qi Qianren was Emperor Qi's biological son, Qi Qianxing's brother. He was very strong, having broken through to the 6th Zun Qi layer while capable of killing cultivators of the 8th Zun Qi layer. He chose someone who wasn't that strong, so it would be difficult for the one he had challenged. Qi Qianren seemed to be waiting for Mu Feng to choose him. In fact, the crowd thought the same. Qi Qianren easily killed the medium-level Zun cultivator from Tiantai, leaving them with only 19 people left. After that, a strong cultivator from the Si Kong clan also challenged a medium-level Zun cultivator from Tiantai and killed him, leaving them with only 18 people left. But the Qi clan wasn't that better off than Tiantai. When the Wen clan and the Devamara palace's turns came, they also killed two medium-level Zun cultivators from the Qi clan. Then the celestial palace of the immortals also killed one of their cultivators. However, the mountain of flowers and fruit didn't fight against a cultivator of the Qi clan. After all, they still had people from the bestial imperial palace to kill. 9 people from the Qi clan had already been eliminated. They only had 20 people left. They had 6 cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer and 14 medium-level Zun cultivators left. When it came to Tianlong Divine Castle's turn, Emperor Tianlong didn't allow a prince to fight against Mu Feng. He made a prince fight against Qiu Yuxian. Qiu Yuxian didn't win, she actually jumped back to the ground and gave up. Now, Tiantai only had 17 people. After the Fire Mountain, Tiantai sent another weaker cultivator. He was eliminated and they only had 16 people left. There were no surprise picks during the second round. The Wen clan, the Devamara palace and the celestial palace of the immortals fought against the Qi clan, while the Qi clan, the Si Kong clan and Tianlong Divine Castle fought against Tiantai. Including the cultivators Tiantai made forfeit. After 3 rounds, the Qi clan had 17 people left and Tiantai had 12. During the 4th round of battles, the members from the Qi clan looked at the group of Tiantai, surprised by the 12 people who were left. Apart from the cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer, a cultivator of the 6th Zun Qi layer and Mu Feng, the 9 others were the emperor's direct disciples. Even though they had been discreet, they looked unfathomable. Qi Yao, inspect that cultivator of the 6th Zun Qi layer, said Qi Shao to his little brother, Qi Yao, who had broken through to the 6th Zun Qi layer. Qi Yao looked at Qi Qianxing, who nodded and said, "Go." Qi Yao landed on the stage and challenged the cultivator of the 6th Zun Qi layer. Dazzling golden lights appeared as the cultivator from Tiantai opened his mouth widely and shouted furiously, "Arg, arg, arg, arg." Terrifying golden lights suddenly emerged from his mouth, they looked like stars. Then a gigantic Buddha appeared behind that cultivator, he was holding a lotus in one hand and a sword in the other. Boom boom boom. Qi Yao's face turned deathly pale. He was terrified. Kaboom! The sword appeared in front of him and instantly beheaded him. He deserved it, thought the members of Tiantai looking at him. He practiced Buddhist cultivation just like Tian Chi the Buddhist monk. That was a mantra which kills people for their sins to bring them to their salvation. People from the Celestial Thunder Temple were surprised and amazed. That guy should have joined the Celestial Thunder Temple, but he joined Tiantai instead. Qi Yao, shouted Qi Shao, staring at his brother's corpse. He felt guilty for indirectly killing his brother. He looked at the strong cultivators from Tiantai in a cold way. The strong cultivator quickly went back to Emperor Yu's side. Emperor Yu looked at the Qi clan and said, "I've never introduced you to our 12th direct disciple, since his Buddhist name is Prajna. If he's one of the Emperor's direct disciples, apart from that cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer and Mu Chen, all the others are the Emperor's direct disciples," thought the crowd. Many of Tiantai's cultivators had been eliminated, but they had also made some of their cultivators get eliminated on purpose. The Qi clan had 16 people left, 6 top-level Zun cultivators and 10 medium-level Zun cultivators, almost like Tiantai. Then, it was the Si Kong clan's turn, but they didn't know what to do. Whom could they choose amongst those 12 cultivators? Finally, they chose a cultivator at the top of the 5th Zun Qi layer. He landed on the battle stage and glanced at Mu Feng, Ban Ruo, Tian Qi, Ruo Xia. "You, come here," said the strong cultivator from the Si Kong clan, pointing at someone. It was a cultivator of the 4th Zun Qi layer. His Qi wasn't that amazing and he looked calm and serene, both ordinary and simple. "Sky Fisher, die," shouted the Si Kong clan's cultivator as soon as Tiantai's cultivator landed on the stage. He immediately punched the air in the direction that Tiantai's cultivator and created a fissure in the air. Bzzz, the cultivator from Tiantai suddenly disappeared. Speed abstruse energy. His energy is extremely rich, thick and pure, thought the crowd, amazed. The cultivator from Tiantai suddenly turned around and raised 5 fingers. Tune fingering, the crowd was astonished. He was using a finger attack which utilized musical vibrations through the air. It contained terrifying energies which could make cultivators go insane. "Die," shouted the cultivator from the Si Kong clan. His eyes gradually became lifeless and he didn't look as strong as before. The music continued and like funeral music, it was gloomy and sad. The space around them became distorted, so the cultivator from the Si Kong clan immediately released his blood strength and spirit. He wanted to break free, but he realized he couldn't. An illusion, the crowd just realized. Not only were there soundwave abstruse energies, but there were also illusion abstruse energies. The Si Kong clan is going to lose that battle, thought the crowd. After a short time, the cultivator from the Si Kong clan wailed painfully. His eyes were filled with sorrow as explosions suddenly sounded. The cultivator from the Si Kong clan made himself explode, he actually committed suicide. The calm and serene-looking young man went back to Emperor Yu. Mu Feng was surprised. The Emperor's direct disciples were incredible. They were Tiantai's trump cards. His song was similar to his 9 Netherworlds demonic song, but the 9 Netherworlds demonic song also required the usage of his vision as opposed to just sound. Chapter 1400, Borrowing the 5th Prince's Force. Emperor Yu has faith in his direct disciples, thought the crowd. Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi had been discreet for a few hundreds of years and then they had recruited only 9 direct disciples. After so many years, Mu Chen, Ho Qin Lin and Tian Qi had started traveling the world. Their cultivation level wasn't high back then. Mu Chen was a cultivator of the very top of the Tian Qi layer and the 2 others had only broken through to the Tian Qi layer. That meant that Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi had raised them from the beginning. They had also hidden their 6 other disciples the entire time. Besides, their direct disciples had knowledge about so many different things. Like Ban Ruo who knew terrifying mantras, soundwave, and illusional energies. The battles are becoming even more interesting. The Qi clan, the Xikong clan and Tianlong Divine Castle can't eliminate Tiantai's people as easily anymore, thought some people. After that, the Wen clan and the Devamara Palace sent fighters again. They killed 2 medium-level Zun cultivators from the Qi clan again. The Qi clan had even fewer people left. After that, the Celestial Palace of the Immortals also eliminated a cultivator of the Qi clan. They only had 13 people left, 7 medium-level Zun cultivators amongst them. Besides, the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, the Island of the Thunderbirds and Mangyo Mountain also continuously attacked the bestial Imperial Palace. The Heavens of Desire's Palace and the Fairyland of the 9 Songs also had incredible battles. The Celestial Thunder Temple and the Church of Desire were interesting to watch as well. But the Celestial Thunder Temple could easily oppress the Church of Desire. The Abyss of Suffering sometimes challenged people from the Wen clan, and weaklings were slowly eliminated. Time passed and it was Tianlong Divine Castle's turn again. They were tired, so what could they do? Should they try and fight against the 3 members of Tiantai, against whom hadn't fought yet? They looked ordinary and simple like Ban Ruo, but who could guarantee that they weren't as strong as or even stronger than Ban Ruo? "Father, I'll go and kill Mu Feng," said the 5th prince to Emperor Tianlong. "I'll go and kill him," said the 4th prince. He was afraid that the 5th prince could die. "Don't, I'm worried about you," said the 5th prince. "What if he hid his strength?" asked Emperor Tianlong to the 5th prince. The 5th prince could easily kill Mu Feng because he was a lot stronger than the 7th prince. However, if Mu Feng had hidden his strength still, it would be dangerous again. "Even if he hid his strength, he can't kill me that quickly. I have broken through to the 6th Zun Qi layer and I know 2 kinds of abstruse energies. If I lose, I'll just jump onto the ground and give up. If I die, it's my fault," said the 5th prince. Once the previous battle ended, the 5th prince jumped forwards. "Brother," shouted the 4th. He wished he could kill Mu Feng himself. "Father," said the 4th prince to Emperor Tianlong, but Emperor Tianlong closed his eyes and said, "If you're not insane, you can't become an emperor." If I had prevented him from going, it would have been worse for him than losing. I would have influenced his future cultivation. Emperor Qi doesn't want Qi Qianren to kill Mu Feng because they have more secrets than us. They have another emperor, a medium-level emperor who actually controls their clan. Qi Qianxing is also a cultivator of the very top of the Zun Qi layer, so he will soon become an emperor. We are different and I must be a good father. Your brothers and you are my only hope. You have to face danger, face pressure, be heroic, brave and determined to succeed if you want to become emperors." The 4th prince bowed before Emperor Tianlong and said, "I understand, father." The 4th prince knew his father was right, that dangers and risks were the keys to success. Tianlong Divine Castle couldn't compete with the Qi clan, and if Tiantai rose, Tianlong Divine Castle would be doomed. "Brother, good luck," said the 4th prince looking at the stage. The 5th prince was on the stage, he was looking at the people from Tiantai. Dragons started roaring and a dragon illusion appeared behind him. "Come out! Come out, come out," his voice echoed far away in the distance. Mu Feng looked calm and serene. He jumped forward while condensing force in his feet. He then released demonic energies while landing on the stage. Arg! Dragons roared and the 5th prince turned into a dragon. His chi rose to the skies and moved towards Mu Feng. The 5th prince's dragon claws lacerated the sky and looked sanguinary. He released blood abstruse energies, further invoking his own blood strength. This also activated Mu Feng's blood. Blood abstruse energies, gold abstruse energies, the crowd looked at the golden red dragon. Dragon totem. Mu Feng looked at the dragon claws moving towards him and noticed that his opponent was condensing gold and blood energies into a dragon totem. It was dazzling, some holy marks even appeared on it. Few people know how to use holy marks to attack, and those who did needed time to use them, unlike Qiong Qi. And even when they did use holy marks, their attacks couldn't be as powerful as when stronger cultivators used them. The fifth prince fused together the holy marks and dragon lights. Die, 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 shouted Mu Feng, his voice echoed and made the fifth prince shake. Then, he raised his fist and started assaulting him with his deadly demon punch attack. He also condensed immortal energies into it. Explosions sounded, but the fifth prince's dragon claws continued moving forwards. The crowd was astonished, especially the strong cultivators from Tianlong Divine Castle. Die, shouted the fifth prince bravely. His fists collided with Mu Feng's deadly demon punch and explosions ensued. Mu Feng was propelled away, and it sounded like his bones had been broken. Die, shouted the fifth prince. It seemed like Mu Feng couldn't resist his attacks, so he chased Mu Feng. However, Mu Feng didn't back down. He condensed immortal energies in his fist again and used his deadly demon punch once more. Then, his fist collided with the fifth prince again, crackling sounds were heard, then an ocean of energies rolled in waves and propelled Mu Feng away. Their fists collided a myriad of times after that. Is that his full power? Where's the Demon King's silhouette, thought some people in the crowd. If Mu Feng continued on like that, he'd die soon. The two silhouettes kept colliding, higher and higher up in the sky. Those at the top of the mountains had to raise their heads to look at them. Last step, thought Lin Feng. He could sense that he was going to break through to the next cultivation layer at any moment. Die, shouted Mu Feng furiously. This time, he used both fists to attack the fifth prince. He didn't dodge the fifth prince's attack either. Arg! Mu Feng raised his head and looked up at the sky. His hair was fluttering in the strong winds above. He condensed all his strength and turned it into a demonic hurricane. Boom! Emperor Tianlong suddenly stood up and looked at Mu Feng worriedly. Emperor Qi was also petrified. Emperor Yu, however, was smiling magnificently. Mu Feng is about to break through to the third Zun Qi layer, thought the crowd. Mu Feng had endured the attacks on purpose because he wanted to break through to the next cultivation layer. Chapter 1401, The 11th Disciple. At that moment, the fifth prince looked horrified. He could sense Mu Feng's demonic intent improving. Mu Feng was borrowing his force to level up. Roar! Dragons roared and a dragon emerged from his body. This time he turned into a real dragon. La la la, Mu Feng's blood boiled. The blood abstruse energy made his body boil like he was going to explode. If he didn't have such strong blood, the blood abstruse energy would have killed him on its own. Die, shouted Mu Feng. Demonic energies pierced through the fifth prince's, and in his brain, the 9 netherworld songs started resonating. A lake appeared inside Mu Feng's eyes, it was the pitch-black waters of the 9 netherworlds. The fifth prince was slowly turning into a demonic slave. Submit. If you do, I won't kill you, said a demonic voice in his head. He was being cursed. By looking at his eyes, it could be seen that he didn't want to submit, but his thoughts were leading him in a different direction. At that moment, the fifth prince understood what the seventh prince had gone through. He could sense the demonic intent and he could hear the 9 netherworlds' demonic song. Celestial Dragon Destruction. Die, shouted the fifth prince furiously. Lights emerged from his eyes and turned into dragons which moved towards Mu Feng. Destroy, shouted Mu Feng raising his hand. He used his deadly demon punch to destroy the lights. Mu Feng was fixedly staring at him so the fifth prince couldn't look elsewhere. Submit, shouted Mu Feng furiously again. He condensed demonic qi and attacked the air in the direction of the fifth prince. His attack was a lot more powerful than a few minutes before. Dragon Scale Assassination, die, shouted the fifth prince. His gigantic dragon eyes were filled with flames as if his spirit was burning. He wanted to prevent Mu Feng from controlling him. Bzzz. Demonic chi surrounded the two fighters, preventing the crowd from seeing them. What was Mu Feng going to do? Ah, a horrible shriek sounded. Tianlong Divine Castle's people started panicking and their faces turned deathly pale. Little Five, shouted Emperor Tianlong, gazing into the demonic chi. He wanted to destroy the demon chi and save Little Five. Emperor Tianlong, what are you doing? Asked Emperor Yu coldly. If you violate the rules of the meeting, you'll have to bear the responsibilities. Emperor Tianlong looked upset and stopped moving. The clouds of demonic chi dispersed and gradually, Mu Feng reappeared. The fifth prince had disappeared somehow. There wasn't even a corpse. Nobody knew how Mu Feng had killed the fifth prince. The emperors could have seen through it, but that would have been a violation of the rules. That's why Emperor Yu had prevented Emperor Tianlong from doing it. Brother, shouted the fourth prince. His eyes were bloodshot and he was surrounded by bestial chi. Emperor Tianlong looked at Mu Feng, but he no longer tried to control himself anymore. He was showing everyone how furious he was. The seventh prince was his adopted son, but the fifth prince was his biological son. He was dead, and before dying, he had served as a tool to help Mu Feng break through to the next cultivation layer. Mu Feng looked at the fourth prince and said, I'll wait for you to kill me then. I will, declared the fourth prince. Mu Feng turned around and went back to the group of people from Tiantai. I wouldn't have thought that Mu Feng would level up by borrowing the fifth prince's force. From now on, killing Mu Feng will be even more difficult. Maybe only Qi Qianren and the fourth prince can kill him. Emperor Qi had determined the rule so that cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer couldn't kill medium-level Zun cultivators. He had also hoped the three groups would be able to join hands to kill Mu Feng, but now Mu Feng was becoming stronger and had even leveled up during a battle. Let's see how the Qi clan's alliance will kill Mu Feng, thought many people later. It was Tiantai's turn again, and they only had 12 heroic fighters left. Ruoxia, you go. The Qi clan has 7 medium-level Zun cultivators left, so you can kill any of them, said Mu Qin indifferently. Everybody's muscles twitched. Mu Qin despised the Qi clan and especially the last medium-level Zun cultivators they had. He acted as if they could kill them as they wished. Tiantai had 10 medium-level Zun cultivators left, while the Qi clan only had 7. If Mu Qin talked that way, it meant that Tiantai's remaining cultivators could kill all of the Qi clan's remaining cultivators easily. Was the Qi clan that weak though? Ruoxia rose up in the air and pointed at a cultivator of the Qi clan who had reached the very top of the 5th Zun Qi layer. That cultivator was strong, he could even kill ordinary cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer. But against Ruoxia, he didn't stand a chance. Ruoxia controlled decay abstruse energies and could make his opponent grow old, reducing their blood strength. He also used speed abstruse energies to make his opponents move slower. Finally, he could fuse decay and speed abstruse energies together perfectly. Ruoxia was so strong that he was only playing with his opponent in that fight. Finally, Ruoxia released sword energies and condensed speed abstruse energies to make it move faster. That sword pierced through his opponent's third eye and instantly killed him. The Qi clan only had 12 people left and they were not happy at all about it. Tiantai doesn't have that many cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer, but they can easily kill all of the Qi clan's medium-level Zun cultivators, preventing them from moving on, thought the crowd. If Tiantai killed all the medium-level Zun cultivators from the Qi clan, it would be tragic. Those people were also the rulers of their generation, they were the symbols of a generation. Afterwards, it was the Qi clan's turn again. This time Emperor Qi sent his biological son, Qi Qianyun, a cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer to challenge the cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer from Tiantai. It was a great battle. He managed to injure and eliminate the cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer from Tiantai, but Tiantai's people didn't seem to care much. With the strength of the 8th Zun Qi layer, he was maybe one of the strongest cultivators Tiantai had, but he was only a normal disciple. How would they react if they knew that the 11 people who hadn't been eliminated were all direct disciples? How would they react if they knew that Mu Feng was Lin Feng? Chapter 1402, Ku Kan, Xingzhan. After the Qi clan, it was the Si Kong clan's turn. Emperor Si Kong glanced at people from Tiantai and said, "There are 3 people we still don't know anything about, so who wants to try them?" "I'll go," said Si Kong Yu, jumping forwards. He looked at the fighters from Tiantai who hadn't fought yet. One of them had a black robe, was extremely slim, and his qi looked rather weak. Anyone would guess that he was sick just by looking at him. There was another one who looked robust and he had an antenna protruding from his third eye. The last one looked extremely calm, and he had absolutely no qi. He simply looked like an ordinary person. Such people were often terrifying though. "You, come and fight," said Si Kong Yu to the one in the black clothes. Then the young man in black clothes jumped into the air. Bzzz. Si Kong Yu's blood boiled. "Desiccate," said the young man in black clothes. The atmosphere suddenly became very dark and desolate. Everything began to fall apart in around them. Si Kong Yu's facial expression changed drastically. That desiccation energy surrounded him, slowing his blood flow, and damaging his qi. Even though he possessed a celestial vision, he couldn't see through that attack clearly. Dry abstruse energies, the crowd was surprised to see such a strange abstruse energy. Tiantai's direct disciples all had different spells and powers, it was difficult to guess what the next person's abilities would be. His energies were similar to Wuxia's decay energy. It reminded Mu Feng of an opponent he had at the great competition of Shuiyu, the dead tree. But that Tiantai's cultivator's attacks were a lot more powerful than the dead trees. His abstruse energy was level 7. If my cursing abstruse energies were level 7, I'd be that strong too, thought Lin Feng. He could also curse people's qi and blood, which had similar effects to those caused by dry energies. Bzzz, the cultivator from Tiantai released a tree above Si Kong Yu. What a strange spirit, Si Kong Yu is in danger, thought the crowd. The leaves of the tree suddenly fell down and moved towards Si Kong Yu. "Piss off," shouted Si Kong Yu furiously. His hand turned into a sharp blade as he started attacking the leaves. "Desiccating fissures," shouted the cultivator from Tiantai furiously. The trunk and leaves of the tree started cracking as a myriad of pieces fell down on Si Kong Yu. He was petrified as he was surrounded by rotten leaves and pieces of trunk. "Rotten desolation technique," shouted the disciple from Tiantai. Si Kong Yu's body crackled and he gave horrible shrieks. His body was decaying, his flesh and bones were decomposing and drying up. His body was shrinking, as he soon became as small as a leaf. Then he disappeared, completely decomposed. The rotten tree turned into a normal tree again and penetrated back into his body. The crowd was astonished, they now understood why his qi was so weak and why he looked so sick. He was skinny and looked sick because of his rotting qi. "I'm Ku Kan," said the cultivator from Tiantai indifferently. Then, he went back behind Emperor Yu, leaving the crowd speechless. How come Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi's direct disciples are so strong? Are the last two just as strong? Those people can probably kill cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer as well, thought the crowd. Now it was the Wen clan's turn. They sent a very, very strong medium-level Zun cultivator who then killed a weaker medium-level Zun cultivator from the Qi clan. The Devamara Palace also sent a medium-level Zun cultivator who killed a cultivator from the Qi clan, leaving only 4 people left. The Celestial Palace of the Immortals also sent a very strong medium-level Zun cultivator who eliminated the weakest of the medium-level Zun cultivators from the Qi clan. The crowd wasn't that surprised. They understood that Jun Mo Shi had killed one of them, not only because he wanted to avenge Lin Feng's death, but also because the Emperor of the Celestial Palace of the Immortals had reached the end of his life. Because the celestial palace of the immortals was in the eastern part of Ba Huang like the Qi clan had already started putting pressure on the celestial palace of the immortals. Now, the Qi clan only had 3 medium-level Zun cultivators left. The Qi clan wanted to play with Tiantai, but in the end, Tiantai had played with them, thought the crowd. Then, it was Tianlong Divine Castle's turn again. The fourth prince instantly released ice-cold bestial qi. "You're not going," said Emperor Tianlong, his eyes were closed. Then he whispered, "Qi Qianren will fight against Mu Feng. You should continue to watch the fights." "All right," said the fourth prince, clenching his fists. Emperor Tianlong sent a cultivator of the 6th Zun Qi layer to challenge the cultivator from Tiantai who had a horn and looked both tall and sturdy. It was an explosive battle. The cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle was extremely strong, but the direct disciple of Tiantai was stronger. The cultivator from Tianlong Divine Castle had turned into a dragon and the cultivator from Tiantai turned into a beast. Then the cultivator from Tiantai crushed the dragon under his feet and killed him slowly. Bestial part of Ba Huang, a fighting beast, the crowd was surprised once again. The crowd looked at the strong cultivator from Tianlong, he was lying on the stage and his qi was extremely weak. The cultivator from Tiantai had pierced him with his horn and pieces of bleeding flesh were hanging from his chest. Roar! The horned beast roared and jumped onto the cultivator from Tianlong again. "No, boom, Kacha!" The cultivator from Tianlong gave a horrible shriek. "My name is Xingzhan," shouted Xingzhan. Then he turned back into a human being again and went back to the group from Tiantai. Defeating the direct disciples of Tiantai is way too difficult, thought the crowd. Then, it was Tiantai's turn again. The last one who hadn't fought yet came out and looked at the strongest of the 3 medium-level Zun cultivators left from the Qi clan. He looked weak compared to him, but he pointed at him and said, "Come here." Chapter 1403, Appointment. The eyes of the strong cultivator from the Qi clan were filled with flames. The space between them was almost distorted by his glare. Bzzz. That strong cultivator suddenly disappeared. His empty space agility technique was incredible. The space around the cultivator from Tiantai became distorted, making it difficult to see. Boom, Kacha. An ancient stone appeared and moved forwards, preventing the space from becoming too distorted. That stone contained some strange lights. Bzzz. The cultivator from the Qi clan disappeared again and reappeared behind the cultivator from Tiantai. But he didn't look at him, instead he punched the air backwards, and another stone tablet appeared. The crowd was amazed because each of his attacks contained holy marks, which then condensed quickly into those stone tablets. Boom, 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 the space around the battle stage was completely distorted as several silhouettes appeared. The strong cultivator from the Qi clan mastered the empty space agility technique to a high degree, so he could move incredibly fast. The cultivator from Tiantai was terrifying too, though. He was surrounded by stone tablets, and he hadn't even moved yet. "Cosmic battle rotation," shouted the cultivator from the Qi clan. The strength of the cultivator from the Qi clan condensed and rotated around the cultivator. "Omnipresent seal," shouted the cultivator from Tiantai. He raised his 2 hands and many more ancient stones appeared around him. The space wasn't as distorted anymore, it even calmed down a bit. La la la, the blood of the cultivator from the Qi clan boiled. Then his empty space turned into an empty space picture scroll and descended from the sky. He wanted to envelop the cultivator from Tiantai inside it. "A press," shouted the cultivator from Tiantai. A stone plate emerged from his body and collided against the picture scroll. The ancient plate became gigantic and sealed the space, including the scroll. Boom boom, the stage shook violently, but the picture scroll couldn't move. The cultivator from the Qi clan couldn't manipulate his spirit anymore. "Berry," shouted the cultivator from Tiantai furiously. He then took a step forwards and suddenly, the two fighters were buried under a mountain of ancient stones. Suddenly, dazzling lights appeared on the ancient stones and pitch-black picture scrolls enveloped the stones. "Go!" shouted the cultivator from Tiantai coldly. Then the ancient stones bombarded the strong cultivator from the Qi clan directly. "Break!" shouted the cultivator from the Qi clan. He moved towards one ancient stone and released strength to prevent it from moving forwards, however, the other ancient stones continued moving towards him. The face of the cultivator from the Qi clan turned deathly pale. He was in danger and he knew it. He raised his head and saw a gigantic stone falling down on him. That was his opponent's spirit. Not only did it oppress his spirit, but it also completely sealed the space above him. "Break, break, break," shouted the cultivator from the Qi clan. He started release terrifying strength at the stones, but they didn't budge. "Bury!" shouted the cultivator from Tiantai. All the stones got closer to the cultivator from the Qi clan and oppressed him, then burying him. He used his hands to stop them, but then he gave horrible shrieks. "Come back!" The strong cultivator from Tiantai suddenly put his hand on the ground and the stones instantly turned into a grave, burying his enemy inside. The crowd couldn't see him anymore. Then the cultivator from Tiantai recalled his spirit and the gigantic stone moved back into his body. His enemy's spirit had disappeared and he had died. "My name is Mu Bei," said the young man indifferently and calmly. Then he went back to the group of people from Tiantai. The Qi clan only had 2 medium-level Zun cultivators left. It was the Qi clan's turn again. Tiantai, Tiantai, they definitely have a secret, thought Emperor Qi, staring at Emperor Yu. They definitely had a secret, otherwise, how could all their direct disciples be that strong? They were all geniuses. Emperor Yu was also incredibly strong and had risen in a rather short time. Mu Chen, Ho Qing Lin, Tian Qi, Ruo Xie, Wu Yong, Mo Qing Tian, Ban Ruo, Li Hen, Xing Zhan, Ku Kan, 11 direct disciples. Mu Chen didn't participate, but there's still Mu Feng. Who can we fight against? Emperor Qi was hesitating. "Emperor Qi, if you're uncertain, you can give up this time and let someone get eliminated," said Emperor Yu calmly. Emperor Qi felt humiliated by that comment. "I'm going," said Qi Qianren in a cold way. "No, next round," said Emperor Qi putting his arm in front of Qi Qianren to prevent him from going. "Alright, next round, I'll go and kill him," said Qi Qianren to Emperor Qi using telepathy. "No, don't take initiatives," said Emperor Qi coldly. Even he didn't know who was the weakest amongst the group of people from Tiantai. "If I'm not mistaken, they'll make Mu Feng fight against you." "Qi Ao, go and kill someone from the Wen clan," said Emperor Qi. Qi Ao nodded and jumped onto the stage. He chose a strong cultivator from the Wen clan. In the previous round, the Wen clan had killed a member of the Qi clan, so this time, they'd avenge him. Qi Ao chose a member of the Wen clan and used all his strength to kill him. Then, it was the Si Kong clan's turn. They also didn't choose a fighter from Tiantai, they instead chose someone from the Wen clan. The Si Kong clan had killed a strong cultivator from the Wen clan, but very quickly, the Wen clan got their revenge. They didn't fight against the Qi clan, instead leaving the 2 best medium-level Zun cultivators from the Qi clan to Tiantai. The Devamara Palace sent a cultivator of the top of the Zun Qi layer to eliminate a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer of the Qi clan. The Qi clan only had 7 people left. If they didn't make it through the round, it'd be ridiculous. They were the organizers of the meeting of the emperors, so if they didn't qualify for the next round, everybody would make fun of them. The Celestial Palace of the Immortals also sent a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer who eliminated a cultivator of the 7th Zun Qi layer from the Qi clan. Tian Long Divine Castle didn't attack Tiantai, they instead sent the 8th prince to eliminate a cultivator from the Wen clan. Later, it was Tiantai's turn again and everybody was looking at them. Who were they going to send? Tian Qi, give Qi Qianren to Mu Feng, said Mu Qin. Tian Qi understood, so he jumped in the air and sat down cross-legged. Then he looked at the members from the Qi clan, in particular at Qi Lin. He was a cultivator of the 6th Zun Qi layer and was quite strong. Tian Tai sent Tian Qi and Qi Lin is extremely strong, but he'll get eliminated in the end. Tian Qi, Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin are the strongest direct disciples under the two emperors, thought the crowd. Tian Qi was famous while Qi Lin wasn't so much. Tian Tai had already chosen opponents for the two best fighters from the Qi clan, Tian Qi versus Qi Lin, Mu Feng versus Qi Qianren. Chapter 1404, Throwing Stones at Somebody Who Has Fallen Down a Well. Qi Lin jumped forwards and descended from Qi Tian Peak. In a flash, he landed on the battle stage and faced Tian Qi. He also knew how famous Tian Qi was, but he didn't know how strong Tian Qi had become since those rumors. Punishment, sinner killer, said Tian Qi, putting his palms together and sitting cross-legged. He looked pure, innocent, and majestic. Golden lights were twinkling around him and his blood was boiling. A Buddha then appeared behind him. Omara pa siena dai, Omara pa siena dai, Tian Qi starting chanting the mantra of Manjushri. Each syllable turned into a sound wave which contained terrifying energies. Is that the great compassion mantra? Some people in the crowd thought they had recognized the mantra. No, it has 8 syllables. This must be the mantra of Manjushri. The members of the Celestial Thunder Temple were in disbelief. Tian Tai had 2 amazing Buddhist monks, Ban Roa who knew the Sapta Adibuddha Karasaniya Dharni mantra and Tian Qi who knew the mantra of Manjushri. A mantra which had 8 syllables was undeniably more powerful than a mantra with only 6 syllables. Roar. It was as if the mantra of Manjushri had attracted the power of a lion. Golden lions appeared in the air and moved towards Qi Lin. Slash, Qi Lin was surrounded by dazzling lights and a sword took shape in his hand. Boom, the lions roared and destroyed the lights, then they continued moving forwards. Qi Lin raised his sword and slashed the air ahead of him. An infinite amount of golden strength passed next to him, both on his left and right. Directly in front of him, his sword was slowly rising. His empty space sword even more powerful than a medium-level holy weapon, it matched the strength of a high-level holy weapon. Tian Qi didn't seem to care too much about the sword. He continued chanting mantras in a clear, melodious, pure, deep, far-reaching Brahma voice. The Buddha behind Tian Qi raised his gigantic hand like the rising sun. Then, what looked like a fireball appeared. Actually, it was the energy of the sun which was turning into a sword. Vairocana, thought Lin Feng. Vairocana sword. How can he be so strong? The members from the Celestial Thunder Temple were all chatting about it. Qi Lin couldn't even open his eyes anymore because of the dazzling lights. He still attacked with his sword, but the Vairocana was descending towards him. Boom! The empty space sword landed on Tian Qi, but at that moment, he was surrounded by golden lights and his body was incredibly dense. A metallic ringing sound resounded from the blow. The gigantic Vairocana neared Qi Lin, an explosion sounded. Then, Qi Lin disappeared, reappearing in front of Tian Qi while condensing another empty space sword. He condensed it with the one he had just made. This time, he was aiming at Tian Qi's third eye. Roar, roar, the lions appeared again and roared, making Qi Lin shake violently. His sword was incredibly sharp, but he still couldn't manage to cut Tian Qi's body. Vairocana skills and techniques are just as incredible as the rumors, thought the strong cultivators from the Celestial Thunder Temple. Die, 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 shouted Qi Lin. His eyes were bloodshot now, his voice was hoarse, but he continued attacking Tian Qi with his empty space sword. He hit Tian Qi's head, neck, chest, all of them were strikes aimed to kill. He's insane if he thinks he can kill Tian Qi. Replacement, said Tian Qi in a flash. Qi Lin's next sword cut Tian Qi's body into two. The crowd was astonished, so much so that they could barely breathe. The Buddha behind Tian Qi opened his eyes and threw his gigantic hand towards Qi Lin. Tian Qi, the crowd recognized those eyes. Tian Qi and the Buddha had exchanged bodies. The body Qi Lin cut in two with his sword then turned into 1,000,000 golden stars. Bzzz. A terrifying strength rolled in waves. Qi Lin wanted to escape, but it was too late. The gigantic Buddha hand grabbed him. No, shouted Qi Lin furiously. The gigantic Buddha looked at the people at the top of Qi Tian Peak and said, the Qi clan only has 5 more people. There's only one more medium-level Zun cultivator. Right after he said that, a horrible shriek sounded as he crushed Qi Lin. Then, the gigantic Buddha broke apart and Tian Qi appeared from inside. Then, he went back to his friends from Tian Tai. If Qi Qianren gets killed by Mu Feng, the Qi clan won't have any more medium-level Zun cultivators left for the meeting of the emperors. In 5 years, 10 years, or even 20 years, how strong will Tian Tai be, thought the crowd. But they didn't think too much about it. It was pretty obvious about what would happen if Tian Tai's strength grew in the coming years. Then, it was the Qi clan's turn again. The Qi clan sent a cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer to fight. Qi Qianren was still waiting for Mu Feng to challenge him. The cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer chose a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from the Wen clan, a cultivator of the 8th Zun Qi layer. The Qi clan's cultivator eliminated the cultivator from the Wen clan after a grand battle. The Si Kong clan sent a medium-level Zun cultivator who also chose a medium-level Zun cultivator from the Wen clan and managed to eliminate him. Then, it was the Wen clan's turn. They got their revenge and sent a cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer to fight a cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer who had eliminated one of them during the previous round. The battle was great and terrifying, but in the end, the cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer from the Wen clan won. He had eliminated the cultivator of the Qi clan, but didn't kill him. Qi Qianyun is extremely strong, he's not any weaker than a cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer. Not to mention Qi Yao's strength, thought the crowd. Then, it was the Devamara Palace's turn. They sent a demon cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer to face a cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer who had fought against Meng Qing before. The cultivator of the Devamara Palace won and had eliminated the cultivator from the Qi clan, leaving the Qi clan with only 3 people left. It was the turn of the Abyss of Sufferings and they sent a cultivator of the 9th Zun Qi layer to fight Qi Yao. Then, the strong cultivator from the Abyss of Sufferings eliminated Qi Yao. It reminded everybody of a proverb, to throw stones at somebody who fell down a well. Many people thought of something, if Tian Tai didn't have such incredible disciples, they would have probably been the ones at the bottom of the well. Chapter 1405, Qi clan's last battle. There were 2 disciples left at the top of Qi Tian Peak, but the crowd held no compassion for them. They only looked at them in a cold and indifferent way. The Qi clan had determined the rules, so they of all people had to respect the rules. The rules had played against them though. Before, Emperor Qi looked calm and serene, but now he looked furious. He felt humiliated. He only had 2 cultivators left, and if Qi Qianren and Qi Qianyun lost, it would be a complete loss for them. He'd have to continue managing the event, but his clan wouldn't even be participating. Qi Qianren and Qi Qianyun will probably fight against Ho Qinglin and Mu Feng, so the others don't need to worry, thought the crowd. The Abyss of Sufferings had helped eliminated Qi Yao, so they had humiliated the Qi clan too. Besides, even if Tian Tai didn't manage to eliminate the last 2, other people would probably manage. Tian Long Divine Castle didn't continue attacking people from Tian Tai, instead, they fought against people from the Wen clan. They were waiting for the Qi clan and Tian Tai to battle each other. Then, it was Tian Tai's turn again. Mu Chen smiled and said, Qing Lin, you fight against Qi Qianyun, then Qi Qianren will fight the next one. Mu Chen had faith in Ho Qinglin. If Ho Qinglin managed to eliminate Qi Qianyun, the Qi clan would only have Qi Qianren left. Qi Qianren would have no choice, but to fight too. Besides, he'd have to fight each time someone chose him. Even if Mu Feng didn't eliminate him, some others might choose him. Mu Chen seems to be helping Mu Feng, thought the crowd. Ho Qinglin would eliminate Qi Qianyun first, that way, Mu Feng would have the option to choose his enemy at the end. If Qi Qianren was eliminated before, then Mu Feng would be able to fight against other cultivators from the Si Kong clan and Tianlong Divine Castle. Tianlong Divine Castle's most incredible geniuses were also slowly starting to emerge, but the princes didn't choose to fight against any of the cultivators from Tiantai anymore. At that moment, Ho Qinglin landed on the battle stage and looked at the members of the Qi clan. He didn't need to say anything, he just looked at Qi Qianyun, who then descended from the peak and landed on the battle stage as well. Bzzz. Ho Qinglin disappeared in the blink of an eye. Surprisingly, he didn't use his sword right away. Boom! Ho Qinglin jumped forwards and appeared in front of Qi Qianyun, raising his two fists and condensing reincarnation intent in them. 6 threads of reincarnation appeared. Qi Qianyun raised his hands and lights appeared in front of him. He wanted to envelope Ho Qinglin's energies within his own. A sound which seemed to come from the past resonated as the lights attacked Ho Qinglin's reincarnation intent. Rumbling sounds continued to appear as Ho Qinglin continuously condensed reincarnation energies in his fists and attacked the space around Qi Qianyun. Soul-stealing reincarnation, said Ho Qinglin. Then a strong wind filled with reincarnation energies brushed against Qi Qianyun's body. Qi Qianyun could sense how terrifying those reincarnation energies were. They were draining his soul, thread by thread. Bzzz. Qi Qianyun was surrounded by empty space energy, which turned into golden lights. At the same time, his blood boiled and his spirit appeared. It was an empty space picture scroll which surrounded his body. He knew that he couldn't rely on his spirit to kill Ho Qinglin, but he could still protect himself with it. Millions of golden empty space energy threads appeared and surrounded the battle stage. Qi Qianyun wants to make the battle stage his own territory, thought the crowd. Ho Qinglin was fearless though. He continued bombarding the air in Qi Qianyun's direction. Explosions sounded as holes started appearing in the space around them. Qi Qianyun and Ho Qinglin are both comparable in terms of strength. Neither of them can kill the other, it seems. They're both trying to create their own territory using the battle stage, thought the crowd. Very quickly, a strong wind swept over the battle stage. It contained reincarnation and empty space energies. If I were inside that, I'd die instantly, thought many people. The golden threads of energies were terrifying and so were the reincarnation energies. What a terrifying battle. Maybe they'll die together, thought the crowd. That would be a tragedy. Qi Qianyun and Ho Qinglin were both incredible talents. Emperor Qi and Emperor Yu were fixedly staring at them. Which energy would win? Reincarnation or empty space energies? The wind lasted for a long time before finally stopping. Gradually, the crowd saw what was inside. Qi Qianyun was surrounded by empty space energies, but he was slowly losing his life. He was stretching his arm out, crying for help because he was falling into the abyss of reincarnation. Ho Qinglin isn't there anymore. Did he die to kill Qi Qianyun, thought the crowd. Emperor Qi was petrified, even if Ho Qinglin had killed himself to kill Qi Qianyun. If Qi Qianyun was dead, Emperor Qi would be crushed. After all, Qi Qianyun was his son. Not to mention only Qi Qianren would be left. Look, Ho Qinglin is there. At that moment a reincarnation hole appeared and a silhouette descended from it. He's not dead, thought the crowd, astonished. Ho Qing Lin was flying back to the stage now. Nobody knew what had happened between them in the wind, but without a doubt, it had been a terrifying battle. Good. Tiantai's people were amazed while Emperor Qi was devastated. Qi Qianyun was dead. There's only one more, said Ho Qing Lin, looking at Qi Qianren in a calm and serene way. He said it loudly enough for the entire Qi clan to hear him. After that, it was the Qi clan's turn and they couldn't choose whom to send. They had to send Qi Qianren. Will he fight against Mu Feng? Thought the crowd. Then, Qi Qianren said, I'll wait for you to challenge me. In the meanwhile, I'll kill other people. Qi Qianren then looked at a strong cultivator from the celestial palace of the immortals and said, come and die. The strong cultivator was surprised. He jumped onto the stage and without any surprise, Qi Qianren killed that strong cultivator from the celestial palace of the immortals. Qi Qianren is a coward. Instead of challenging Mu Feng, he is killing other people. Qi Qianren didn't challenge Mu Feng. After that, nobody challenged the people from Tiantai or from the Qi clan anymore. Everybody knew that Mu Feng would have no choice but to challenge him after that. Just like they had expected, when it was Tiantai's turn, Mu Feng jumped onto the stage and looked at Qi Qianren. He didn't need to say anything, Qi Qianren knew Mu Feng was challenging him. Chapter 1406, Qi Qianren. Mu Feng raised his head and looked at the members of the Qi clan at the top of Qi Tian Peak. There was only a cultivator at the very top of the Zun Qi layer left, Qi Qianren. Come, said Mu Feng. Qi Qianren glared at Mu Feng with murder in his eyes. He hated Tiantai more than anything. He was the last one remaining and Tiantai was at fault. Even if I'm the last one, I'll kill anyone who challenges me, whispered Qi Qianren. Emperor Qi looked at Mu Feng and said to Qi Qianren, kill him, even if you have to use your secret powers. Die, shouted Qi Qianren furiously, jumping up in the air into the air. He appeared thousands of meters in the sky before his silhouette flickered and he landed on the battle stage. Then, he released Qi which moved towards Mu Feng, making his black robe flutter. Immaterial finger. Qi Qianren raised 5 fingers and released threads of empty space energies from them. Slash, slash. Mu Feng released demonic qi and demonic lights appeared. However, they were instantly destroyed by the immaterial fingers. Bzzz. Mu Feng's silhouette flickered as he dodged the immaterial fingers. They continued moving forwards, far off into the distance. Die. A few more fingers moved towards Mu Feng. Piss off, shouted Mu Feng furiously. He released demonic qi and used his deadly demon punch attack. Slash, a strident sound appeared. The deadly demon punch only slowed down the fingers, they continued moving towards Mu Feng. Level 8 abstruse energy, thought the crowd. Qi Qianren had hidden his real strength until now. If an ordinary cultivator of the 3rd Zun Qi layer had been attacked by that, they would have died instantly. Finally, we'll see Mu Feng's real strength. He can't hide his real strength against Qi Qianren, thought many people. Even though Mu Feng had fought a lot, the crowd was convinced that he had been hiding his real strength until now. Break, shouted Mu Feng furiously. He used his deadly demon punch again, this time condensing immortal abstruse energy in it. Then he madly started bombarding the air with deadly demon punches. They grew and multiplied without end. However, Qi Qianren's immaterial fingers destroyed them all. Space destructive punch. Qi Qianren rose up in the air and appeared in front of Mu Feng. Then, he punched the air in Mu Feng's direction. His punch contained level 8 abstruse energies and it created its own sonic boom. Boom! Mu Feng jumped and released demonic qi which turned into a demonic cloud. Then a demon appeared behind him, a demon king. Break, break, shouted Mu Feng as he punched the air twice. Qi Qianren jumped ahead and moved with incredible speed. Mu Feng suddenly turned around and saw two fists heading towards him. But at that moment, Qi Qianren disappeared and moved away again. Mu Feng kept punching the air around him to block the onslaught. Then, Qi Qianren released empty space energy which turned into a terrifying light beam. There's such a huge difference between level 8 and level 7 abstruse energies, thought Lin Feng. Qi Qianren could use his level 8 empty space energy in his agility techniques and skills and spells. Is that Qi Qianren's real strength? If Mu Feng can't defeat him, then the disciples from the other groups won't be able to defeat him either, thought the crowd. At that moment, Mu Feng was surrounded by a terrifying light and Qi Qianren was above that lights. He shouted furiously, "Is that all? If so, then die." Qi Qianren then punched the air in Mu Feng's direction. Boom! Demonic intent rolled in the air and surrounded Mu Feng's body. "Lacerate," shouted Qi Qianren. Terrifying energies emerged from the lights and moved towards Mu Feng in the form of a strong wind. That kind of wind could kill a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer, thought the crowd. Was Mu Feng going to die? Roar! Mu Feng shouted furiously. Apart from the demon silhouette, another demon appeared which was at least 10 meters high. His hands bombarded Qi Qianren's lights and destroyed them. "Follow," shouted Mu Feng furiously. The Demon King came back and fused together with Mu Feng. Mu Feng was suddenly gigantic and had exceptional demonic intent. "Die," shouted Mu Feng furiously. Just like a demon curse, the sound waves bombarded and resounded inside Qi Qianren's head. Then, Mu Feng looked at him in a disdainful way. Qi Qianren was being influenced by the demon energies. "Die, die, die," shouted Qi Qianren furiously. "I'll kill you," said a demonic voice in Qi Qianren's head. After that, Mu Feng used his deadly demon punch again, infused with immortal abstruse energies. Mu Feng seemed a lot stronger now. Qi Qianren's life was being drained even. "You can't influence my determination, I'll always be a motivated and determined cultivator," shouted Qi Qianren, coming back to his senses and invoking his blood strength. His qi became stronger and his spirit emitted whistling sounds. He was using his spirit to protect himself. Endless immaterial condition. Die. Golden lights continued to fill the sky and each thread turned into an immaterial finger. It seemed like there were millions of those fingers in the air. Qi Qianren had closed his eyes to prevent Mu Feng from affecting his determination. Roar. The Demon King roared violently as Mu Feng used his deadly demon punch again. What an insane demon. Is that his full power, thought the crowd. Qi Qianren was propelled away. However, he released empty space energies which caught him. "Break," shouted Mu Feng, who had fused together with the Demon King and looked insane. It seemed like he could kill Qi Qianren anytime. A hole appeared in Qi Qianren's lights and he threw himself through it. "You will die," shouted Qi Qianren furiously. Surprisingly, his empty space picture scroll spirit moved away from him and a dazzling golden sword appeared in his hand. He made a sword with his spirit, thought the crowd, astonished. Qi Qianren surprisingly used his spirit to create a sword. Qi Qianren had the strength of the 6th Zun Qi layer, but his blood was the blood of an emperor. However, how well did he control that sword and was it that deadly? Qi Qianren then fused together with the sword. Assassin, thought Lin Feng. It reminded him of the way the Imperial Assassin Union killed people. Mu Feng knew that some members of the Qi clan could be assassins, but he had never imagined that Emperor Qi's own son could be one. "Die," shouted Qi Qianren furiously. The dazzling sword disappeared and reappeared above Mu Feng's head. Chapter 1407, Mu Feng, Feng. Qi Qianren had used his full strength to create that sword and now he wanted to kill Mu Feng with it. The crowd was suffocating under that sword. They were captivated by that perfect attack. Is Qi Qianren going to kill Mu Feng? Qi Qianren is terrifyingly strong. If Mu Feng can't do, then nobody can. That's why nobody has challenged him until now, realized the crowd. If Mu Feng had known about that sword, he might not have taken the risk to fight Qi Qianren. Mu Feng raised his head and looked at the sword. Qi Qianren's sword streaked across the sky, seemingly capable of taking Mu Feng's life at any time. Die, die, die. Boom, gotcha. Lights condensed in the hands of the Demon King and lightning appeared. Slash, slash. The sword pierced through the lightning and destroyed the Demon King illusion. Die, said Mu Feng. Mu Feng spat out sharp dazzling swords which moved towards Qi Qianren's sword. Qi Qianren's sword crashed against Mu Feng's swords and it destroyed them, continuing to move towards him. Sword transformation. Bzzz. Dazzling lights emerged from Mu Feng's body. The insane demon emerged from Mu Feng's body again and moved towards the sword to block it. The sword shook violently and then Mu Feng also turned into a sword. His sword contained an infinite amount of abstruse energies which were all whistling together, including immortal abstruse energy. It was moving towards Qi Qianren's sword. Sword energies. How come? How come Mu Feng can use sword energies too? Besides, his sword attacks are extremely powerful, the crowd was wondering. Qi Qianren frowned. He hadn't managed to kill Mu Feng and on top of that, how come Mu Feng was also able to use sword attacks? He was a strong demon cultivator, but how come he knew sword cultivation? Bzzz. A terrifying immortal sword Qi created a fissure in the golden empty space energy. Mu Feng had turned into a sword which contained immortal Qi and it was becoming stronger with each blow. On the other hand, Qi Qianren's sword was losing its intensity as the battle dragged on. Bzzz. The two of them moved backwards. Qi Qianren was still holding his sword, but he was not happy with how things were going. As Qi Qianren's power weakened, Mu Feng turned back into a human being again. Another sword condensed in his hand before it streaked across the sky. Lacerate, shouted Qi Qianren. His sword streaked across the sky again, but it didn't look as terrifying as a moment before. Boom! Mu Feng's sword continued moving forwards as he jumped towards Qi Qianren and released even more sword Qi. That sword Qi contained several sorts of abstruse energies, thunder, empty space, death and immortal abstruse energies. Qi Qianren raised his head and blocked it with his sword too. Qi Qianren, you're going to die, said a voice inside Qi Qianren's brain. Demon curse energies had invaded his thoughts. He had almost forgotten that Mu Feng was also a demon cultivator, along with being a sword cultivator. You can't destroy my determination, shouted Qi Qianren furiously. Demonic intent continued invading his brain. Mu Feng sighed though, Qi Qianren was really determined. If it had been an ordinary cultivator of the 6th Zun Qi layer, Mu Feng would have destroyed him already. But the battle continued and Mu Feng continued condensing immortal and sword energies. Waves of energies were rolling in the sky, and the crowd was in awe. All of Mu Feng's attacks contained immortal abstruse energies, so Qi Qianren had to be careful, or else one mistake could be fatal. There's something wrong, that sword also contains demon energies. Suddenly, someone raised their head and whispered, Emperor Qi. At the top of the Qi Tian Peak, some strong cultivators from the Qi clan walked over to Emperor Qi. Emperor Qi frowned and glanced at them. Qi Tiansheng was killed by demon and sword energies too, said that cultivator. Emperor Qi's eyes were suddenly filled with ice-cold lights. Sword and demon, the one he had chased some time before was similar. Tianlong Divine Castle's people were just as surprised, especially Emperor Tianlong was Mu Feng Lin Feng. Several abstruse energies, powerful sword attacks which contained several sorts of abstruse energies, the Si Kong clan's people were also staring at the battle stage. Sword. Shui Baiyao from the celestial land of alchemists was also questioning the legitimacy of Mu Feng. Ah, a horrible shriek sounded, interrupting people in their thoughts. Qi Qianren was standing on the battle stage, his right arm had been cut off and death qi was entering through the wound. Mu Feng was standing in the air above. Qi Qianren's face was red, fixedly staring at Mu Feng. "Who are you?" asked Qi Qianxing. Mu Feng slowly turned around and looked at Qi Qianxing at the top of Qi Tian Peak with his pitch-black eyes. He smiled evilly and said, "Mu Feng, and you, are you Qi Qianxing?" "Lin Feng," whispered Qi Qianxing. He seemed to understand the significance of Feng. It was him, Lin Feng. No wonder he had chosen Tiantai, no wonder he hated the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle so much, no wonder he took care of Meng Qing in Qiu Yuxian. They suddenly understood everything. "You're already so strong," thought some people. They couldn't believe their eyes. Lin Feng used to be extremely strong, but back then he only had the strength of the 9th Tian Qi layer. Now, Lin Feng had already broken through to the 3rd Zun Qi layer and was incredible demon cultivator. Si Kong Xiao was astonished. Mu Feng the black mage was actually Lin Feng. Si Kong Xiao then smiled, remembering back to when Lin Feng had stolen the demon flute. Lin Feng was an incredible prankster. We know Lin Feng knows wind, fire, thunder, empty space and life abstruse energies. Now he showed us he also knows demon, curse, death, soundwave and immortal abstruse energies. He knows more than 10 sorts of abstruse energies already, and there may be even more. People's mouths were twitching. Lin Feng and Mu Feng were the same person, so just how many abstruse energies did he know? Lin Feng knows more than 10 sorts of abstruse energies. Could he be that kind of legendary cultivator? People who had been to Fortune City remembered what the diviner had told Lin Feng. Tiantai's people were just as astonished. No wonder Meng Qing and Qiu Yuxian liked him, no wonder he had humiliated the purple-eyed young man. He was their fellow disciple, a direct disciple, Lin Feng. Chapter 1408, Slaughter. Tiantai's people are all direct disciples. If Mu Feng was Lin Feng, it meant that all the qualified fighters were the emperor's direct disciples. Everybody looked at Lin Feng and then at the people from Tiantai. They were trying to imagine how powerful Tiantai would become. At the top of the mountain where Tiantai's people were, Meng Qing and Qiu Yuxian were smiling radiantly. "Huh, that's Lin Feng, our brother. Did you and our teacher know that already?" asked Xingzhan to Mu Qin smiling. "Of course. He, we're the 11 direct disciples. We'll see who can eliminate us now. Nobody and none of us will die, for we must see Lin Feng through properly, and then we must conquer Ba Huang together," said Li Hen smiling happily. Many of them had heard of Lin Feng, but they had never seen him. They didn't even know what his real face looked like. "Lin Feng, brother, you'll have to show us what you really look like." Lin Feng laughed and took off his mask. Everybody now knew that Mu Feng was Lin Feng, the incredible and legendary Lin Feng. What a great mask! "We can't even see through it," thought the crowd. It was easy to recognize ordinary masks, but nobody could see through that Mu Feng's mask. Lin Feng looked at the people from Tiantai and smiled. "I couldn't greet you all before, sorry." "Huh, no problem, we understand. At least you're safe and sound now." "That's awesome." "Right, that's really great. What a tragedy for the Qi clan and Tianlong Divine Castle." "Lin Feng, what a great guy," said Emperor Devamara, smiling. He wasn't disappointed, he was even happier. Cultivators like Lin Feng would easily become an emperor, which meant he was even more likely to receive ancient scriptures. "Huh, brother, I knew you wouldn't die that easily." Yuan Fei laughed happily and loudly. Many beautiful girls were amazed, even the empress looked at Yi Renlei and smiled thinly. How didn't you die in that damn broken fissure? Qi Qianxing wasn't as happy as the others. Rather, he was furious. He hadn't managed to kill a cultivator of the Tian Qi layer, and on top of that, he had come back even stronger. You're disappointed, right? Said Lin Feng, smiling at Qi Qianxing. As long as the Qi clan hasn't been destroyed, I can't possibly die. Did Mu Chen save you? Asked Qi Qianxing. He had banished Lin Feng himself, so Qi Qianxing was wondering how someone could have saved him under those circumstances. Why do you care? You just need to know that I, Lin Feng, am still alive. Besides, I'm convinced you won't forget about me until you die, said Lin Feng smiling. His eyes became pitch black again. Qianren, go down, shouted Qi Qianxing to Qi Qianren. His arm wouldn't grow back again, the wound was too severe and it was filled with death energy. He knew he had to leave, but while Lin Feng was talking to them, he had released cold energies to surround Qi Qianren. He knew that if he moved, Lin Feng would kill him immediately. Qi Qianren was a bit annoyed though because Qi Qianxing, by calling him, had kind of reminded Lin Feng that he was still fighting. Qi Qianren didn't care about Mu Feng or Lin Feng, he just wanted to stay alive. He had lost an arm and he could no longer use his qi properly. He hoped Lin Feng wouldn't kill him, that they'd fight again some other day. Qi Qianren, shouted Lin Feng, furiously startling Qi Qianren. He looked at Lin Feng and looked straight into Lin Feng's pitch-black eyes. Qi Qianren, you have already lost an arm. If you kneel down and beg for your life, I won't kill you, shouted Lin Feng furiously. Qi Qianren thought his brain was going to explode, it was filled with so much demon-cursing strength. Qi Qianren's determination was extremely weak at that moment. Kneel down, shouted Lin Feng aggressively. Qi Qianren's legs were shaking, making it look like he was going to kneel down. Qi Qianren is waiting for an opportunity and so is Lin Feng. Qi Qianren doesn't want to give Lin Feng an opportunity to kill him, but Lin Feng isn't going to let him off either, thought the crowd. No, shouted Qi Qianren furiously. He released empty space energy again and enveloped his body with his spirit. Lin Feng used his Xiaoyao agility technique, coupled with wind abstruse energy to catch up to him. Bzzz. Qi Qianren tried to use his empty space agility technique to escape, he even reached the edge of the battle stage. He was wrapped up in his picture scroll spirit by the time Lin Feng caught up with him. Lin Feng was holding swords in both hands. He hadn't thought Qi Qianren would be so determined. Even demon-cursing energies couldn't affect him for too long, so he had to kill him with swords. How fast will he kill him though, thought the crowd. They couldn't see the two fighters because they were moving too quickly. Die, shouted Lin Feng furiously. He released cursing energies, and at the same time, the sword he was holding in his left hand streaked across the sky. Desolate Xana, lacerate, shouted Lin Feng. Bzzz. Qi Qianren disappeared, but Lin Feng attacked with the sword he was holding in his right hand as well. His sword attack wasn't that magnificent, it was pitch black. Stop, shouted Qi Qianren. Just before landing on the ground, he had shouted. Qianren, shouted Emperor Qi. As Qi Qianren was just about to land on the ground, Emperor Qi moved too. He wanted to block Lin Feng's sword. Boom! Emperor Yu also jumped in the air. Ah, a horrible shriek resonated. No. Emperor Qi could have saved his son, but Emperor Yu had prevented him from doing so. He looked at Qi Qianren's corpse, his eyes were bloodshot with anger. Emperor Qi, don't forget the rules. Lin Feng killed Qi Qianren before he touched the ground, said Emperor Yu indifferently. But this didn't seem to register with Emperor Qi. You saved her. Indeed, but she had already landed on the ground. Besides, back then you said I couldn't anyways, so you can't either. If you had saved him, I wouldn't have said anything, but you failed, unfortunately, said Emperor Yu indifferently. Emperor Qi looked at Lin Feng in an ice-cold way, then an oppressive Qi surrounded Lin Feng. If Emperor Qi is furious because the Qi clan has been eliminated from the meeting of the emperors, let's all kill him together, said Emperor Yu furiously. Emperor Qi suddenly felt cold. He was still at the meeting of the emperors, so he couldn't violate the rules. All right, said Emperor Qi, he was still furious though. Thank you very much, Emperor Qi. I wouldn't be what I am now without you, said Lin Feng smiling mockingly. Emperor Qi's face turned even more red. Chapter 1409, You'll die if I want you to die. Lin Feng was referring to the fact that if Emperor Tianlong and Emperor Qi hadn't tried to kill him, he wouldn't have traveled to Jiuyu. Now he was safe and sound, stronger than ever. Since you were banished once, there can still be a second time, said Emperor Qi. He was openly threatening Lin Feng. If I can kill one of your sons, I can kill a second, and a third, and a fourth as well, said Lin Feng fearlessly. Since they knew who he was, he had nothing to be scared of anymore. Lin Feng didn't intend to reveal who he was that early, but against Qi Qianren, he had no choice but to use his sword. Humph! Emperor Qi groaned coldly. He grabbed his son's body and took him back onto the Qi Tian Peak. Emperor Qi, even though you were eliminated, the meeting of the emperors is far from being over. You must continue managing it, said Emperor Yu at Emperor Qi's back. He was overjoyed. Emperors were people too, so they had times when they were happy and other times when they were angry. Emperor Yu was happy because Emperor Qi had lost 2 sons and the Qi clan had been eliminated from the competition. Emperor Qi was expressionless. He really wanted to kill Lin Feng right there, but he couldn't. Besides, if he violated the rules, he was convinced that the other emperors would join hands to kill him. Nobody had ever dared violate the rules at the meeting of the emperors. Let's go back, said Emperor Yu to Lin Feng. Then they went back to the top of the mountain. Lin Feng had won. Nobody felt compassion for the Qi clan. They had made some mistakes, so they deserved what was happening to them. The Si Kong clan and Tianlong Divine Castle were unhappy too, for they had lost so many people because they had joined hands with the Qi clan. Don't be too happy now, it's still too early, said Emperor Qi to Qiantai's people. Mind your own business, will you? Said Lin Feng smiling coldly. Emperor Qi groaned coldly and ignored Lin Feng. Then, everyone looked at the Si Kong clan. Even though the Qi clan had been eliminated, they still had to continue the battles. Was the Si Kong clan going to fight against Tiantai now? Would they dare? If the strong disciples from Tiantai chose to fight those from the Si Kong clan, the Si Kong clan would be doomed. Amongst low and medium-level Zun cultivators, nobody could compete with Tiantai. As expected, the Si Kong clan didn't continue fighting against Tiantai. Instead, they chose to fight against the Wen clan. After all, the Si Kong clan was initially against the Wen clan. Now, battles between the Wen clan and the Si Kong clan were getting intense. After that, the Devamara Palace was the group with the least pressure. Sometimes, they fought against people from the Si Kong clan or from Tianlong Divine Castle. They just tried to make sure they could win the battles. Tianlong decided to fight against the Wen clan or the Devamara Palace, but nobody paid attention to Tiantai anymore. Qiantai's disciples then turned to Tianlong Divine Castle and started eliminating their people. Tianlong didn't allow the 4th prince to fight again because of Lin Feng and Qi Qianren's battle. Qi Qianren wasn't weak. Amongst the 22 groups and amongst people who weren't cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer, few people could defeat Qi Qianren. But he had been killed while Lin Feng had killed him. Even though the 4th prince was also very strong, Emperor Tianlong didn't want to take any risks. People were eliminated, one after the other, there were less and less people. The Qi clan had no one left, Tiantai and Tianlong Divine Castle had just a few people, the the Si Kong clan had 18 people, the Bestial Imperial Palace and the Wen clan also had few people, the Celestial Palace of the Immortals and the Celestial Land of Alchemists also had few people. Those who still had the most were the Celestial Thunder Temple, the Devamara Palace, the Abyss of Sufferings and the godly Xiaoyao sect. Pay attention to the details, kill those who might pose a threat to you, said Mu Chen. On the path of cultivation, people sometimes had to lay down a path, while eliminating potential threats. Each group has their secrets. There's no need to mention cultivators at the top of the Zun Qi layer, but amongst medium-level Zun cultivators, some people are incredibly strong. Facing some of them might be problematic at some point in the future, explained Ruo Xie calmly. Tiantai had hidden so many strong cultivators, but now they had also shown them at the meeting of the emperors, just like some of the others. It seems like some other people have the celestial vision in the Si Kong clan, said Tian Qi, looking at the Si Kong clan's people. Apart from Si Kong Xiao and Emperor Si Kong, he found someone else who seemed to show signs that he possessed the celestial vision. Apart from the Si Kong clan, Wen Tian Gu and Wen Ao Shui are difficult to understand. Those two will be potential threats. Fu He from the Fire Mountain, Yu Mu from the Magic World Heavenly Palace, Missouri Peng the Great Rock, some Buddhist monks from the Celestial Thunder Temple. They're all extremely strong, plus the remaining princes from Tianlong as well. I'll kill one of the princes. It was Lin Feng's turn again. Lin Feng came out, so the cultivators from the Si Kong clan and Tianlong Divine Castle were shivering. Apart from cultivators of the top of the Zun Qi layer, few could deal with Lin Feng. Emperor Tianlong was worried because he had already lost 2 sons to Lin Feng. Emperor Tianlong had to be careful now, he wouldn't even let the 4th prince challenge people from Tiantai. He wasn't scared that the 4th prince could lose, he was afraid to infuriate Tiantai even more. He hoped they'd forget about them and wouldn't kill any more of his sons. Unfortunately, Lin Feng was looking at them. The 4th prince seems to be rather strong. Even if I can defeat him, it'll be an extremely difficult battle. I managed to kill Qi Qianren because he wanted to fight, so if I choose someone who doesn't want to fight, they'll try to escape as soon as possible, whispered Lin Feng. Then, he looked at the 8th prince and said, you come out, I'll teach you a good lesson. Lin Feng. Emperor Tianlong hissed at Lin Feng. There's no need to threaten me. Have you forgotten that you tried to kill me before, said Lin Feng. He then pointed at the 8th prince and shouted furiously, get your ass over here. The 8th prince looked at Lin Feng and then jumped onto the battle stage. He immediately turned into a ferocious dragon and roared furiously. His body was covered with dragon scales which seemed as hard metal plates. If I want to kill you, you'll die inevitably, shouted Lin Feng furiously. He released demon curse strength which instantly penetrated the 8th prince's brain. Then he released sword energies and had immortal energies fused together with them. Die, 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 shouted Lin Feng furiously, his voice echoing about. Now, he released death and cursing energies at the same time, leaving the 8th prince petrified. The sword filled with immortal energies appeared in front of him and instantly cut him in 2. Lin Feng turned around and went back to the mountain. If I want to kill you, you'll die inevitably. You're tuning into the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.